All right. All right. Maybe I should I plug in? I don't know if I should plug in my headphones for this or not. Yeah, it is a threat. It is a threat, guys. I figured I would do this one live. It's a video that needs to get made. I'm gonna be careful to actually make this video, and pay attention to the like thread of the conversation. That Okay, let me plug this in. Hi everyone. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. We are live. I am going to make this video as though I were making this video at as a recorded video, and then I'll open it up to a normal chat, and so that's fine. So you can send super chats if you want. I will save them until the end, but I do want to talk about this. This is important. This is just another example of how the media works, the dishonesty. And so here I go. Hey everybody, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I am a comic book artist. I have been for 25 years. I'm the creator of Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the smash hit Indiegogo campaign hit that's going on right now. If you would like to back Cyberfrog Blood Honey and buy a copy of the book, I would certainly appreciate it. The link is in the description of this video right now. Please do go ahead and do that. I am also the illustrator of Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life and a great big Star Wars fan. Very happy to have you here today with me this evening, this Sunday evening. Is this the last day of E3? I know everybody's doing E3 live chats. A lot of people have said, hey, look, they're bringing back Battletoads, and it's your fault. It probably is. It probably is my fault that they're bringing back Battletoads, frankly. They probably saw the incredible popularity of Cyberfrog and decided now was the time to bring back one of the worst video game properties of all time. Look, fine, do it. I'll play it. I'll probably play Battletoads. I'm interested in frogs. I like frogs, but Cyberfrog is still the king. So here we go. A lot of people are concerned about this. I received quite a few messages like, "Oh my God, Ethan, what's going on? You said, you said." Okay. At this moment, this is in the bloodstream of the media. We're in this situation now where something gets said, and then all of the Star Wars garbage tier media sites, all the shill sites, run with it and expound upon it until you realize that none of them really actually stopped to research the original source material and confirm these rumors, confirm these ideas. They wrote an article. I mean, I run myself down and I say that I am worse than garbage tier. Like I'm worse than Screen Rant. I'm worse than Movie Web. I am not. I am not. I'm so much better than them. I am so much better than them because I actually stop and go, wait a second, what? How does it make sense that Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy may release in 2 years? How? We don't know anything about it. That would mean that it would be coming out less than a year after Episode 9. So you're going to stack Episode 10, as it were. Is it going to be Episode 10? What are they going to do here? What is this trilogy? They're going to stack Episode 10 on, 6 months after Episode 9, huh? That sounds like smart thinking to me. And it is weird. You do see these three individuals right here, basically looking like the end of Rosemary's Baby. That is upsetting and unnerving. Kathleen Kennedy is there. We do understand at this point, Kathleen Kennedy is probably not going to be here in September. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, we have heard, and I believe, has been fired. Now, I do have some sources within Lucasfilm that have neither confirmed nor denied this. They actually acted clueless about it. Like, oh, what? Which is kind of what I would expect. We've got this circular-headed dude looking longingly at this gentleman here. I actually like that. It's nice. Uh, and he's looking off somewhere else. So this is how does this go here? We're all looking at him, and he's looking over here. Anything to look at these, anything to avoid looking at these two. Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy may release in 2 years. Well, if this is the Star Wars trilogy that you're referring to, these three people, then you're probably accurate. They're all going to be released pretty damn soon. I would say by September. But no, I think they actually mean to suggest. Oh God, not this! For God's sake, Chris Agar, our friend Chris Agar, son of John Agar, perhaps Shirley Temple, abusive marriage from the 1950s and 60s. Could they have produced a Spawn? That was Chris Agar. Is Chris Agar the son of Shirley Temple? Could he be? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, so this is Ram Bergman. That's this gentleman here, Ram Bergman. Rian Johnson's producing partner says the first installment of Star Wars or of the director's Star Wars trilogy may release in 2 years' time. This person is dumber than both of these people combined, evidently. And I don't, I don't want to, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be rude. But you cannot believe, for 1 second, that Rian Johnson's trilogy will release in 2 years from now. He was just talking out of his ass. I'll show you that in a minute. After continuing, like this article should be like filled with question marks. It should release in 2 years' time? Question mark, question mark, question mark, like that. Like what the fuck? No, it's not. It's. After continuing the main Skywalker saga with the divisive, I like that word, Last Jedi last year, the filmmaker is going to explore fresh horizons with his next projects in a galaxy far, far away. Before Episode 8 hit theaters, I'm sorry, Lucasfilm announced plans for Johnson developing an all-new series of movies. Boy, don't they regret that now. So Lucasfilm had already planned for Rian Johnson, that pumpkinhead, to begin a whole new series of films before they even knew the reaction of Episode 8, before they even knew how people were going to be repulsed, uh, before they understood how reviled Star Wars the Last Jedi was going to be, before they realized that The Last Jedi was going to sink to 50% of the box office of The Force Awakens. Now, The Force Awakens was a big deal. It was the movie that suckered us all in. We did think for 1 minute that Disney was going to be producing the Star Wars movies aimed at us, the ones that we wanted. We wanted to know what happened to Han, Leia, and Luke. That's what we thought we were going to get. But no, we were tricked. We were tricked. No, that those characters were exploited and murdered for the sake of uplifting the Three Stooges, Rey, Finn, and Poe. I'm starting to like Poe a little bit more. The more I watch the new movies, I'm warming up to Poe a little bit. Even though he's incredibly bland, he does not have the charisma of any of the original cast, but he's got 3 times the charisma of the other two Stooges. So I'm warming up to Poe. Um, but yeah, so they apparently just said, yeah, we're gonna give you 3 more movies. Ryan, you make us comfortable. You make us comfortable. We're gonna do another trilogy with you. All right. So Lucasfilm announced plans for Johnson to developing an all-new series of movies, and so he's very busy, which is why he has plenty of time to curse us out on Twitter right now. Ryan has a lot to do. Ryan is in the middle of getting ready, getting a trilogy, a new Star Wars trilogy that has nothing to do with Luke Skywalker or the Skywalkers. He's so busy that he has time to call us bigots, and that we cast a bigoted shadow or whatever that was. We cast a bigoted shadow on the wall, much bigger than who we are. He has time to tweet at us and curse our names, which means that the films are probably already done, right? Ryan, are they already done? They must be. Yeah. Um, Completely separate from what's come before. Good. That way we can just push it off to see. While the Johnson trilogy will not feature familiar characters in stark contrast from the other Disney era Star Wars films, it will try to capture the spirit of the franchise. Uh, yeah. Good luck. Johnson's pitch for a trilogy was greenlit without so much as a story in place, so he's been working on mapping out all the details recently. One of the biggest questions on viewers' minds is, when are you going to fire Rian Johnson? No, that's not. When they'll get to see what Johnson and Bergman have in store. Nothing is official yet, but it could be just in a couple of years. Now, why do they say that? Why? This article says Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy may release in 2 years. This is Screen Rant, to be fair. Screen Rant is ridiculous, as we know. They're a very silly site. So why would they say that? Why would they say that? Bergman was interviewed by From the Grapevine, where he discussed his involvement with the Star Wars franchise. When queried about the release strategy for the upcoming trilogy, Bergman provided a vague window. I can't tell you, this is a quote, I can't tell you because we don't know yet. Maybe in 2 years, maybe, it's just in the early stages. That is correct. Let's look at the interview real close. It's better not be porn. I don't think it is. If it is, we're in trouble. This is live. Mark Hamill. I love you, buddy. I know you're mad. I know you're mad at the fandom menace right now, Mark. But I think deep down inside, you're with us. You're with us. You may have some poor ideas about who we are and what we stand for that are spread from the monsters who basically made you suck titty milk from a giant sea monster. Remember the source, Mark. We're your friends. You gotta trust us. We would never do that to you. We would never make you toss your penis over your shoulder and make you go lick the nipple of a sea cow. We'd never do that. We'd never do it. This man might, but we never would. So just try to remember that and remember who's on your side. Who are your allies, Mark? That's us. That's us. We're your allies. So here's Ram Bergman. I like the name Ram. That's great. Ram it, Bergman. Force is strong with Ram Bergman. All right, so let's scroll down here. Blah blah blah. Whew, look at this lineup. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! If only I had a howitzer. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Yeah. Blah blah blah. How does it feel to be part of the Star Wars universe now? It's a dream. It's the best part of my life. I'm working with the best people. Rian Johnson, all the best people at Disney and Lucasfilm. It's about the work. It's about the work. Did you always plan to become a movie producer? No, I thought I was going to be a soccer player. Blah, blah, blah. You're working on 3 new Star Wars movies. What can you reveal about them? It's a completely new trilogy that writer director Rian Johnson, my partner, is going to create. It's all new characters. Everything is new. Everything is new. What's the plan for releasing the first one? I can't tell you because we don't know yet. Maybe in 2 years. It's just in the early stages. All right. So from that flippant comment right there. What's the plan for releasing the first one? I can't tell you because we don't know yet. Maybe in 2 years. It's just in the early stages. Like basically, it's just in the stages right now of Rian Johnson, doodling some stuff on the wall with his own excrement and yelling at the fans on Twitter. So, 2 years. Can we fast forward it to 2 years from now and see where he's at? Uh, yeah. Do you see the franchise continuing indefinitely? Oh, yes, absolutely. The kids can't get enough of Star Wars. How wrong you are. You're in for it. All right, so let's back up here. And then back to the original article, which says, and I repeat, Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy may release in 2 years. It may release in two. Now, having just seen that man's quote, having just seen Ryan's partner's quote, do you really think that this is going to release in 2 years? Do you get that? Do you get that feeling? Does a sense of confidence overwhelm you to your very core and make you think that Rian Johnson's episode 10 is on its way anytime soon? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. They don't know what's going on. I don't even think a script exists yet. I don't think Ryan quite knows what he's doing. Um, let's see. Ryan has made it clear he wants to plot out the trajectory of this narrative before ahead. Forging ahead. So if he's in the early stages right now, he probably has a ways to go before getting to that point. I would say so. I would say so. 2 years from now is 2020. All right, so let's do this logic. Let's do this. Let's do. 2 years from now is 2020, and it's unclear if there will even be a Star Wars movie hitting theaters then. If there was, we'd know. We would know. Lucasfilm has Indiana Jones 5 on the docket for 2020. Donald Trump has another electoral landslide victory in 2020. Everybody's going to be very, very busy. 2020 might not be the best year to release Rian Johnson's Star Wars film, but you never know, and that could be their big tentpole for that year before Star Wars returns in 2021 or later, or never, or never. This probably all depends on how quickly Johnson's trilogy comes together. Lucasfilm has yet to announce any Star Wars release dates beyond Episode 9. That's playing it safe. So it looks like they're playing the waiting game before coming out with another slate. They've also pegged David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Is that the dude that like jacked the $200,000 from the airplane and then jumped out and they can't find him? No, it's DB. It's DB Cooper. That would be cool if it was. Like I would go see that movie if DB Cooper was producing it. He's got a lot of money. He's got at least $200,000 to create another Star Wars series, but the pair is currently focused on the final season of Game of Thrones. And honestly, guys, maybe there's got to be something else for you. There's got to be something else for you. While details on Johnson's trilogy are scarce, it is encouraging. Bergman is talking about it in the present tense. In the wake of Solo's unprecedented box office failure. Box office failure. Oh my God. Box office. Is it going to be a globe office failure? Or is it they still call it a box office failure when Rian Johnson's movie comes out? We can't stop with the circle jokes. We can't stop with them. They never end. They never end. Many expect there to be shakeups at Lucasfilm. The studio does need to reevaluate a few things as they analyze the situation. I would say so. But there's no reason to outright cancel something they so proudly announced months ago. That would arguably make matters worse for Star Wars as they look to rebound from their lone bump in the road, at least commercially speaking. Look, it's been, you know what? Here, if it's been a lone bump in the road, it's been like this. It's been like bump, like that. That's been the road so far. But yeah, uh, Johnson's handling of the property on The Last Jedi was polarizing, but he understands the lore and themes of the series probably better than anyone. Rian Johnson probably understands these characters better than anyone. He understands Star Wars better than anyone, right? I think it's safe to say. So hopefully he'll do great work with this new trilogy. Well, it won't happen because Kathleen Kennedy's been fired. Rian Johnson will follow her right out the fucking door. Somebody will kick his head like a soccer ball through a net. Right out the door of Disney Studios. He's gone. The trilogy will not happen. It will not happen. However, because of this article, and now you guys have seen the origins of this, right? So this is how the current Kelly Marie Tran situation is growing. One moron puts out one tweet, and it says something that has no proof. There's nothing to it. It's just a little bit of a speculation, perhaps. Who really knows? And then the entire Star Wars shill media blows up. Nobody does any research. Nobody is like me. Nobody just stops for a minute and goes, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. What? And that is why somebody else sent me this article today. And I'm sure that this is just the start. I think probably, unless people watch this video now, they will continue send. A lot of people go, "Did you cover this article?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did that already. I did it. I did it." This right. Oh, I gotta get this off the screen. All right, that's probably gonna. Yeah. Another. How do I stop this from happening? Rian Johnson's new Star Wars trilogy is coming out in 2020. All right. Another one. It isn't. With Solo: A Star Wars Story limping out of theaters like a misfiring Millennium Falcon, fans bullying The Last Jedi's Kelly Marie Tran off social media, there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence of that. That is just a lie. But this is correct. This is correct. So one out of two here. Everyone finally deciding to stop whining about George Lucas. No, we love him now. I'm sorry, George Lucas, for everything. I wasn't there. I wasn't picking on you. I just saw the movies and went home and just went to sleep. I didn't do anything about it. I wasn't an activist then. I didn't have any opinions really. I just went, these kind of stink. And then, but I saw every single one of them and, whatever. It looks like Star Wars fans worldwide are set for a period of calmness and stability. Wait, what's that? Rian Johnson's new trilogy may start hitting our screens in 2 years' time. Here we go again. And this is just look. This is another thing from the grapevine. I can't. How could you take this quote? How could you take this quote and run with it like it means something? How is that even possible? Only the Star Wars media. Only the Star Wars media. Quote. I can't tell you because we don't know yet. Maybe in 2 years. It's just in the early stages. Oh, Kelly Marie. Hi, who's this? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah. And we got a whole other article. So a lot of people are going to be feeding me articles over the next few days, I think, about how Rian Johnson's movie is coming out in the next 2 years. His movie is not coming out in the next 2 years. It is not. It is possible that in 2 years, unless it's possible, although not likely, not desirable, that within 2 years, Rian Johnson's movie will be underway. It's not. It's not coming out in 2 years. That I can promise you. That doesn't make any sense. All right, guys. So very good. That is the story a lot of people wanted me to cover. I feel like I've covered it. What do you think? What is going on? I've got lunatics. I have lunatics attacking me left and right on Twitter. Like, you think that your opinion on Star Wars is way more powerful than it is, bro. I don't think so at all. I don't, this is all projection. I don't feel like my opinion is powerful. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And fortunately, people are coming to listen to me. I really do appreciate it. These people that call me a talk radio host, thank you. I know you mean it in a bad way. I quite like it. I do consider myself nothing more than a lowly talk radio host who speaks to my listeners and tries to tell them the truth and tries to untangle a lot of this utter garbage that's in the Star Wars media, and also all of this utter garbage that's on our screens at these days. Let's see. Okay, so here's the thing. Red Rat Crawford says, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, did you see the Quartering's latest video on Shield Colbert? I didn't. I started it and I stopped it. People said, will you react to this, please? React to Colbert? First of all, I can't stand Stephen Colbert. Let's see. If Ellen did it, I would react. There isn't anyone that I hate more on TV than Stephen Colbert. So, no, I'm gonna let Stephen Colbert react to me. I'm not gonna react back to Stephen Colbert. It's just he can keep reacting to us. We don't need to react back to him. So I haven't seen it. I didn't watch it. I have no plans on it. I have no plans on it. Uh, Aneurysm 3535. Uncle E, you missed a great barbecue festival in New York City today. Whew, I'm sorry that I did. Let me catch up on these super chats. There are a few that came in while I was talking. Thank you guys for doing. I appreciate you guys dropping a few bucks in my tip jar. You guys are really good. You're good to us. Joseph Citadino, thanks for $5. The man with the testicular head makes his final loathsome stand. KK needs to go ASAP, or this bulbous buffoon. That's a good. I like bulbous buffoon. May actually get his way. Boycott Star Wars 9. It's getting to be that way. I'm honestly seeing very little choice now than to support a full boycott of Star Wars. And I don't want to be that way. Like, I see this as fun. The SJWs who have infected Star Wars, at first it was just kind of cute and funny. The articles that were coming out were amusing. It didn't become vicious until this week. As soon as the numbers came back, that Han Solo, sorry, was going to lose $80 million, that's when they started to become vicious. Until then, they could claim that they were having some measure of success, but now it's clear. And I said to someone, somebody was like, oh yeah, well, don't you understand that, like, this has always been I said, you can make this as leftist as you want. You can fill these movies with all the leftist propaganda you want to. You can ruin Star Wars. You can continue to do that. And we'll just stay home. And then you'll continue to fail. And the thing about it is that these people worked really. Think about how hard it is to make a movie, guys. I mean, think about how difficult it is to make a movie. All the people involved, all the people you have to pay. Think about how much money it costs. Think about all the work involved. Ron Howard, busy in that studio. We saw him busy in that studio making TIE fighters fire green laser beams. Really, really busy. A lot of sweat, a lot of worry, a lot of chaos. That's a lot of work to lose $80 million. Why didn't they just give it to me and I'll go to Atlantic City? I'll lose it quicker, a lot less painfully. You won't have to hire anyone. Just give me $80 million. I'll go bet it all on black and fail. I don't understand. You could have taken that $250 million that they paid to Lord and Miller and bought scratch-off tickets with it, and probably had a better result. Probably done better. Probably have been a better result, more productive than just putting all this effort into a movie nobody wanted, that sucked, that was full of left-wing propaganda. It lost you $80 million. Heads need to roll. Right now, everybody needs to be fired. Everybody needs to be fired. Everyone. And that includes this guy right here. This is the guy who tipped it all off. This guy right here. He began it all. He needs to go too. He can't be. What, you want to lose more? How many? Just give me the money. I will go play blackjack, and I'll play blackjack blindfolded. I will have a better result for you than giving this fool what is probably going to end up being $750 million to make three more movies. I mean, just yeah. Listen, right? I'll buy a few iPads. How many iPads can I get for $250 million? I'll buy all the iPads I can, and I'll use every single one of them to make fun of you, and I'll still probably not lose $80 million. I'll probably still generate more money. 200, I can get 200 iPads. That's interesting. I would like to buy 200 iPads. Hang on a second. My job is to talk these days, I'll tell you. I love it. Absolutely love it, but it does dry out my throat. And I've learned a trick. I've learned how to mute the microphone so you don't have to hear the glug glug. That is a good thing. Yeah, good money wasted that could have gone to Cyberfrog. Moose Balance says. Everybody, there's Moose, F Moose, F Moose. Yeah, that money could have gone straight to my Indiegogo campaign, which is linked in the description. If you have not bought a copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey yet, boy, you're missing out. We want to get to yeah, we want to get to 200,000. I don't know where we are right now, but I think we're around 172,000. 172,000 is not so bad. I have been more successful so far. Cyberfrog Blood Honey has done much, much better than Star Wars has. Disney Star Wars has lost $80 million. I have taken in at least a gross. We don't know what the net is yet because I actually have to pay taxes on it, and I have to make the books and send the books out. So when I say I have $172,000, I don't have that much money. But I do have a lot of money, and it's definitely more than Star Wars. Definitely more than Star Wars. I should actually look at it here. Cyberfrog Blood Honey. Um, let's see. Did it jump up at all or no? Frog should jump up. Oh, it did. It did. Okay. So we've got $172,627. I want to get to 200,000 by the end of the week so that I can fulfill this goal. The next stretch goal is actually to reprint the long lost Cyberfrog Amphibionics #1 ash can in color and give it away to everyone. Everyone who bids at the $50 or higher level will receive a bonus color ash can reprint of Amphibionics #1, which was made in 1997, maybe early 1998. So yeah, I would like to see that happen. If you have not yet, please do go ahead and back Cyberfrog Blood Honey. Buy this comic book. You guys are gonna have so much fun. You're gonna absolutely dig it. You're gonna love it. How much do you need for a Cyberfrog cartoon? Says Jason McDermott. I don't know. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully I don't need anything. Hopefully somebody will come and decide to produce the cartoon for me. That would be great. All right, let me keep reading these super chats here. I only got one done. Dragon Hand, thank you for $5. Our boycott will kill the first installment and any chance of Ruin having sequels. Ruin Johnson having sequels the same way we put an end to the ridiculous Soilo sequels. That's right. We killed the third Ehrenreich. Never forget. Alden Ehrenreich came out and he said, "Yeah, I've got three more. They're going to make three solo movies with me. They're going to make three of them." And we said, "Oh my God, not the third Ehrenreich. We don't want the third Ehrenreich solo movie." And we put a stop to that. Uh, I don't believe that there is going to be a second Ehrenreich, much less a third Ehrenreich. Yeah. So we did that. We can do that here too. Things need to change. I mean, they really, at some point, they need to come to us and just say, what can we do? How can we fix this? What are we doing wrong? How can we, what are we doing wrong with you guys? At which point we'll tell them. We will tell them, fix your movies. Yeah, that's our advice. Fix your movies. All right, let's see. And I know you guys can do it. I mean, this is the thing. It's gotten to the point now where if they're employing the media to run down the fans and call them bullies who are harassing and scaring Kelly Marie Tran, it's war. I mean, it's war. This is a tactic that they use. It's unbelievable how this works. How this works. I mean, of course, with Gamergate, this is how these SJWs pursue things. Think about this. It's the damsel in distress. damsel in distress, and they do it every single time. So with Gamergate, it was what's her face? What was her name? Who's the girl at the heart of Gamergate who was dun, 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 and she's in the news again. You guys will tell me because you know everything. Zoe Dingbat. Somebody said Zoe Quinn. So Zoe Quinn was at the heart of Gamergate. Zoe Quinn, I mean, you can read what Gamergate was all about if you find an objective article about what was the game? Depression Quest. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Zoe Quinn was at the heart of that. So it became, oh my God, they're harassing women. It's all about women being harassed, and therefore we're at war over video games. We should turn video games, the video games that men like to play, over to women just to make sure that they're okay with the game. So is it okay, ladies? Is it okay if Super Mario rescues a woman? Those are my fantasies as a man. I want my fantasy as a man is that I want to rescue a woman from a giant ape. Is that okay with you? Oh, it's not okay. It's not okay if I fantasize about being such a brave, tough man that I rescue a woman from a giant ape. Oh, okay. We're so sorry. We're so sorry. We'll change everything. We'll change the way that we think. We'll change all of our hopes and dreams, all of our fantasies, just to make sure it's okay with you. I want to make sure it's okay with you. So that was Gamergate. And of course, Comicsgate, which followed shortly thereafter, the damsel in distress were the milkshake girls. Oh my God, they're harassing the milkshake girls. Um, yeah, so now we have to rise up and defend the women. Got to defend the women, and that was the cause celeb. All these women need defending because they're being harassed by men. And here we go again. It's amazing how this works. It is absolutely amazing. Christian Ossier says, Uncle Ethan, I just bought your comic book. F&A. That's great news. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everyone who's buying my comic book. I do appreciate it. That is really, really cool. Somehow the price went down, even though somebody bought my comic book. I don't know why that happens, but okay. So yeah, now this is what happens. Now, okay, how do we defend Star Wars, SJW Star Wars? Well, there must be a woman who's being affected, who's being bullied. There's got to be a woman. The playbook never ends, and it's got to be. Does it have to be Kelly Marie Tran? Does it really have to be her? I like Kelly Marie Tran. I don't want to think of Rose Tico as one of the milkshake girls. I don't want to think of Rose Tico as Anita Sarkeesian. I don't want to think of Rose Tico as Zoe Quinn. I don't want to think of her that way, but that's what they're doing to my character now. This is actually kind of different. I didn't care about any of these other women. I wasn't involved in Gamergate. I kind of got on board with Comicsgate shortly after the milkshake incident. I didn't understand what the milkshake incident was even about. Now I do. And I didn't care, but I do care about Rose Tico. I do care about this character. I like her being the kind of ironic mascot of this channel. Rose Tico is the worst character that I've ever seen in Star Wars other than Jar Jar Binks. And I feel like I conquered something by sort of learning to love Rose Tico. Something within myself. I feel like I stared into the maw of SJW evil and just laughed and said, you know what? I'm adopting Rose Tico for my own. Rose Tico was meant to irritate me. You can't irritate me. You guys cannot irritate me. I love Rose Tico. Deal with it. And now Rose Tico is going to be their damsel in distress. God damn you people. You're ruining my day. L337 was much, much worse, but we didn't know about her yet. And, I think that L337, you can harass L337 if you want to. Does L337, the droid, have a Twitter account? Uh, yeah or no? I don't know. Yeah, if you wanted to harass that droid, except the droid is dead, and the droid is now part of the Millennial Flamingo, which is, yeah, that's a whole other story. That ruins the Millennium Falcon. It is now full-time the Millennial Flamingo, and you can't, L337 is in there now. That's ridiculous. Yeah, now it's Slave 1. Now L337 is actually Slave 1, aboard the, yeah, absolutely. My God. So that, that is, that's what's going on right now. You can't, at this point now, they're circling the wagons. They have declared war. I honestly think a boycott is justified now, and I didn't think it was for Solo. And I told you guys, I said, look, yeah, I know, but go see the movie if you want to see it. Maybe it's a bad movie. I don't think that they're fully in effect yet. Yeah, SJWs are there, but they're not being dickheads. I mean, they were being dickheads in games and video games and in comic books. They haven't gotten there with Star Wars yet. Oh, they're there now. They are there now. So maybe we will. I might spearhead with you guys if my channel continues and becomes big enough with geeks and gamers and world class bullshitters. If you guys stick with me, if you support this channel, if you continue to stay subscribed, if you continue to stay and visit, watch my videos, and let my channel grow, I might be with you and be your voice to some degree, and along with Jeremy, along with Jeff at World Class, along with Jesse over at Mindless Entertainment, and we all might kind of be, yeah, we might be by your side to kind of speak for you, and that would be my privilege. That would be my pleasure. No, not Cecil. No, not Cecil. Um, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So, Yami Caleb, thank you for Australian $10. Did you see when Ryan said he wanted to make movies that half the people hated and others loved? So the first movies make 100% of potential money. The second movie makes 50%. The third 25%. Disney hiring. That is actually well stated. And yeah, I mean, of course, The Last Jedi was basically coasting off of The Force Awakens. Now, people like me saw The Force Awakens, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Hey, Booker T. Thank you. Ethan, you looking real jacked, baby. Thank you, Booker T. I don't, that is true. Somebody, by the way, somebody in the comments today said, watched one of my videos that I'm actually in and goes, I imagined you to be better looking before I actually saw your face. And I went, he's like, no offense. No, I imagine I'm better looking too before I see my face, but that's nice. I mean, so it's nice to hear that I'm looking jacked. Indeed, I do appreciate it. Yeah, all the people who are saying I look real jacked, word up. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that is the plan. I mean, Rian Johnson basically coasted off of The Force Awakens, and The Force Awakens had a lot of goodwill. And then, of course, Rian Johnson's movie had the benefit of being the real first appearance, or first reappearance of Luke Skywalker. And boy, he just pissed that right down his leg. That was a lot of goodwill that he utterly destroyed. And so the question is, would we let him do it again? And would we let him do it again on a bunch of movies that we have no relationship with the characters whatsoever? I mean, that is the thing. He's gonna make a new Star Wars series with characters that we don't care about. Are people really gonna come? Are people really gonna go see those movies? They don't even have Luke Skywalker in them. They don't have any Skywalkers in them. I can't imagine how that's going to work, but we will see. Hopefully, all of this will screech to a halt. Joseph Citadino, thank you for $10. I can tell you the entire story of Ryan's trilogy right now. A perfect female lead with no flaws will go on a journey where she faces no trials and effortlessly defeats an all-white male dark side empire. Oh, that's great. Yeah, write up the script. There it is. Perfect. It's perfect. That is box office gold right now. Let me tell you. Rick Tier, thanks for $2. Rian Johnson is the alien from the Dark Star movie. Red Beard, thank you for $2. Is it too late to get a POC Ivan Ortega? Uh, to get POC. Oh, I get it. Is it too late to get Person of Color Ivan Ortega to do episode 9? It probably is too late. It's not going to be too late to have Ivan Ortega fix it. And Ivan Ortega is on our side, and he is a POC. And by POC, we mean person of color. A lot of people say, what is POC, Ethan? Is it piece of crap? It's not piece of crap. It's person of color. So when you see them calling people POCs, that's what it is. And I think, honestly, yeah, Ivan Ortega would be perfect. Would be absolutely perfect. Yeah, you guys are all repeating me in the chat. It's not piece of crap. Just remember that. It's person of color. Midnight Cherry TV, thank you for $2. You hear the rumors of Jabba's son in episode 9 script. Oh, is that right? Well, I like that. I like that, dude. The idea of Jabba the Hutt's son in episode 9. Okay, I'm digging it. Bagel Goose, thank you for $5. Have you been drinking your water? Yeah, I have. I drink a lot of water. Right now, actually, on my desk though, I have a Monster. So, sorry guys, I have a Monster energy drink. 117 Hasio, thank you for $2. Kathleen's replacement will be worse. Thoughts? Um, yeah, I almost certainly think so. I am pretty sure that Kathleen's replacement will be Carrie Hart. I can't even imagine. I mean, you want to talk about identity politics. Uh, Carrie Hart is a woman. Carrie Hart is also a person of color. Carrie Hart will be angry over Kathleen Kennedy's removal, and you would think that like they would go, oh well, this is my job. I want to go the other direction. I want to steer away from identity politics. That's not how SJWs work. They don't work like that. I'm looking at the ceiling and rocking back and forth and crying. They don't work like that. They don't learn. They double down. They go, you know what? Oh yeah, well fuck you, and they do it even harder. So if Carrie Hart is to be the next president of Lucasfilm, I mean, expect all of these problems to be worse, to be exacerbated, big time, big time. It's going to be absolutely unreal, and I really hope. I mean, we're all hoping for Dave Filoni. I think that he would actually be professional. He would consider, you know, that there should be more representation in Star Wars. Absolutely, but it wouldn't. I think he would do a better job. I get the sense that he's going to be more keen on storytelling, and I trust him more because he's a man. All right, let's see what's next here. Mupti, thank you for $2. You are far funnier than Colbert ever was. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I never thought Colbert was funny. I thought he was you know, unbearable, insufferable. I can't stand him. I hate his big piano teeth in his mouth. I really don't like him. I hate his blackened glasses. By the way, I hate to say it, but I'll pull these off my face. Uh, yeah, I got the Buddy Holly SJW spectacles on my face right now. Why? Why? Why do I have them? I have them because I can't see anymore, and I have to wear like reading glasses to draw the detail. I know, I know. I look so effing soy right now. I look so soy. I'm gonna shave my beard. I'm gonna shave my beard. I can't have them both. I can't wear contacts. I don't want to touch my eyes. I have a thing about my eyes. Guys, I hear you. I swear to God, I feel like Rachel Maddow. I can't stand it. But I have to draw detail. I'm drawing Cyberfrog. And did you guys see the new Cyberfrog piece? No, I'm not Will Wheaton. I'm not. There's no soy intake. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm just being honest. I am going to shave my beard. I have no choice. I have no choice. Babe, I gotta shave my beard. Why? She said, no, you are not. I said, well, why not? She said, because the kids will tease you and call you kid face. All right, listen. Yeah, I'm going to have to, look, I won't wear these out. I'm just gonna wear them, at my desk. I'm just gonna wear, I have to autograph this. I just have to wear them at my desk. All right. And nobody will see them. Nobody will see me in these glasses, right? No. They look like they're soy boy glasses. They are, but they work really well. I can see. I just they're not fashionable. I won't wear them out. Nobody.
Why did you pick them out?
Because I picked the biggest frames. I picked the biggest frames because I was wearing little frames like John Lennon, and they just I can't.
You could have picked oval frames.
I didn't see. An-
You have square frames.
Andrea is totally calling me out right now. She's totally calling me out right now. I don't know. I just thought these were the
You
best.
still look good though.
I I do. Thanks, honey. I love you. Uh, yeah. Well, I would have liked. Here was my ideal thing. I told them I went into the glasses place and I said, I want to look like Robert De Niro at the end of Casino. Do you remember that? Do you remember Robert De Niro at the end of Casino? He had those huge, gigantic glasses that took up half his head. That's what I was hoping for, but they didn't have anything like that. They were trying to. They thought they only wanted people to be fashionable. I don't care about being fashionable. I just want to be able to see when I'm drawing. So this is where we're at. This is where we're at. Yeah, it is depressing. What are we doing here? Where are we at here?
It's not depressing.
It isn't. It's okay. All right, good. All right. She says it's okay. It's not depressing at all. Celtic Romulan, thank you for $5. The problem is, if KK gets the boot, her successor is going to be another SJW. Just watch. Well, yeah, I mean that's definitely going to happen. That is definitely going to be happening. Kara Kuriko Machi, thank you for £5. Best way to learn about Gamergate is the chapter on it in Dangerous by Milo Yiannopoulos. How did you working with Jordan Peterson? How did your working with Jordan Peterson come about? Oh, yeah. First of all, I love Milo. I think Milo is great. Milo, man, I wish he were still on those college tours, but I understand he ran into a little bit of trouble. You really do have to, you really do have to just tell the SJWs to go away. And I wish Milo were doing college. I loved watching videos of him while I was drawing. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So how did I start working with Jordan Peterson? All right, so we have a mutual friend. A guy named Greg Hurwitz, and I did an interview video with him on this channel a while ago. Greg Hurwitz and I wrote Batman together. He wrote Batman, I drew it. Greg Hurwitz's wife is the daughter of actor Robert Blake. Okay, and so she is kind of famous in and of her own right. Robert Blake he was one of the Little Rascals. He was in what's that? What was that movie called? Or the TV show in the 1970s that he was in? Man, it begins with an M. Beretta, thank you. It doesn't begin with an M. It begins with a B. Beretta. All right, so Robert Blake, that's her father. So they kind of have connections in Hollywood. She is a clinical psychologist, and then so is Jordan Peterson. So that family is friendly with Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson wanted to do a book. He'd written this book, and he had these kind of insert illustrations at the beginning of every chapter, and they were all these photographs of famous works of art. And his editor said, "Hey, I don't know if we can get the copyright. These are just things you took off the internet, Jordan. It's like you might not own the copyright to these photographs, so you might want to consider hiring an illustrator." And Dr. Peterson, I should say, reached out to Greg Hurwitz, who he knew was a comic book writer. And Greg Hurwitz said, "You know what? I know a guy who I just worked with, believe it or not, who shares your politics, and he's really, really good. And maybe you should meet him." Now, Greg Hurwitz is a great big lib, but he's a classic lib. He's a great guy. He's not an SJW. He's just a liberal. And so they hooked me up, and I remember when I first spoke to Jordan Peterson was right at the time when I was under siege. I mean, utterly under siege from SJWs who were calling me a Nazi, and I really didn't know how to deal with it. I'd never experienced anything like that. I mean, how do you deal with people seriously, unironically saying that you're a Nazi? It was just foreign to me, and it was so odd, and it made me very unhappy, and it was very, very stressful on my family because it just kept going on and on. So I told Jordan Peterson, I said, I don't know if it is safe. Like, I don't know if it's legitimately safe for me to do this book, to illustrate this book. I don't want any more trouble. I mean, you are controversial. I have my job at DC Comics to think about. I have a family to feed. I mean, I appreciate that this is going to pay a lot of money, but I don't know what's going to happen after that. And like this is I want the job. I want the job, but I don't know if it's safe for me to do the job. And Jordan Peterson just said, this is terrible. He's just said, do you want to get on Skype and talk this through? So I want you to imagine being persecuted by SJWs, okay? And we've all been there. I mean, I think if you're in any way in the public eye and you are a conservative, I hear it all the time. You will be persecuted by SJWs. It is absolutely horrible. Until you learn that, until you learn how to deal with it, I actually recommend you read Vox Day's books on SJWs. SJWs always lie. SJWs always double down. I think they are. Um, uh, let's see. Okay, so I think you should read those to learn how to deal with that kind of an assault. And in the meantime, huh? In the meantime, I talked to Jordan Peterson, and he gave me some great advice. I mean, I got personal counseling, one-on-one counseling from Jordan Peterson about how to cope with being under assault, SJW assault, and it was invaluable. It was absolutely invaluable. And I talked to my wife about it, and I said, you know what? Like, here's the thing. I'm going to do what I believe in. I'm going to do what I believe in. And not only that, like, working in comics is okay. There is money in it, and I was probably one of the higher paid comic book artists in comics because I'd been at DC for so long, and I'd done so many like really good things for them. But it wasn't that great, and I wanted to get married and have a nice big wedding, and if I drew this book, I was going to make more than enough money to pay for our wedding. And Andrew and I wanted to get married, wanted to have friends and family over. So I said, I'm just going to do what I believe in. I believe in Jordan Peterson. I believe in what he has to say. I think he's a good man, and I'm going to illustrate his book. And it took a little while for me to kind of arrange time in my schedule to do it. I buckled in and did it, and it ended up paying for our wedding, and of course, immediately the SJWs descended on me for it and called me transphobe. They said that I supported people who, Jordan Peterson, who hates trans people, etc., etc. I knew that not to be true, and I think from, my experience up until that point, I think I was able to better cope with that kind of emotional blackmail, that kind of political bullying, and I don't regret it. Now, that is why I say in the opening, people say, why do why do you always mention that you illustrated Jordan B. Peterson's book at the beginning of all your uh, videos? That's why I'm proud of it. It's like it was a big step. It was a big brave step to go ahead and do that. To just say, you know what, f you, I'm going to illustrate this book. If it has a poor effect on my reputation with my fellow peers, these people are not people that I respect. These are not people that I need to worry about offending or making happy or appeasing. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I poured my heart into the book. I poured my heart into it. If you look at my illustrations in that book, you'll see I did not skimp. At no point did I skimp. I earned every penny that I was paid for that book with my hands. I mean, I earned every single penny. And yeah, Andrew and I took that money and we had a big wedding. We got married in November finally, and invited all our friends, invited all our family, invited zero SJWs, zero SJWs in comics. Had a great time. It was like at Atlantic City, at the Tropicana. It was awesome. It's just a big party. So that is the story of how. And Jordan Peterson loves the illustrations. I probably should have kept them and sold them if I was thinking about money. I wasn't thinking about money so much. I was thinking more about how what I got from knowing Jordan Peterson, which is a sense of calm, an ability to take control over who I am, wherever I am, assert myself, plant my 2 feet in the ground, and say, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, you can go away. From that, I have gone off on my own. People say, well, why? Why are you not at DC Comics anymore? And there are rumors that I've been fired. Those are illiterate rumors. You can't be fired when you're a freelancer. You don't get fired. They can't fire. I don't work there. I simply work. I do work for them. That's like saying Jordan Peterson has fired you because you haven't done another book with him. It's no. That's just not the way it works. There was a nice opportunity for me to do more work. Should I decide to shut down my social media and no longer be overtly political, be a political voice. And that is not something that I can live with. Not these days. Not these days. I can't do it. I cannot be quiet when this is happening all around me. When I see the comics industry kind of imploding under the weight of these terrible people, I can't do it. I do have to be myself. And we talked about it. We had a, Andrew and I went through a few scary, very scary months where it was just like, look, do the question is, do I believe in myself? Do I believe in my ideas? And then I look at Atrocitus, I look at Larfleeze, I look at Saint Walker, I look at the characters that I created for DC Comics. I look at the fact that they've been in television shows, they've been in movies, they've been in video games, they've been in action figures, they've been on T-shirts. They've made lots and lots and lots of money for DC Comics. So why? Why can't I take a chance on myself? Why can't that be mine? And if I continue to do this, I'm going to continue working for someone else, drawing someone else's characters until my eyesight is completely gone and I have arthritis, and then what? At some point, you do have to step back and say, I'm going to do this for me now. I'm going to do this for me. All of the energy, all of my love, all of my imagination, all of my physical, I know this is deep, guys, sorry. All of my physical labor is going to go into working for me and my family now. So what? I love to talk. If one of the things was you can no longer talk anymore on social media, you can't be a political voice anymore. You can't do it because, then it causes controversy. I understand that. That makes sense to me. DC is absolutely right about that. All right, so cool. I'm going to be my voice for myself. Or it's who I am inside. It's who I've always been. So I am going to do that here. That is what I'm doing. I won't ever talk about comics, really, because I don't think it's fair to use the insider knowledge that I have to sort of blast people in comics. And I don't think it's fair to criticize other people's comics either. It's just unwarranted. It's not right. But movies, hey, I'm an outsider. I'll talk about movies all I want to. And I will criticize and point out the things that are going on in Star Wars right now that are also going on in comics. And you can draw parallels, if you want, between what I'm saying about Star Wars and what you might see happening in the comic book industry. Feel free to do that. So, yeah, this is who I am, and boom, set up the YouTube, talking freely, expressing myself, selling T-shirts with my ideas, my little slogans on them to you guys. People are so mad. The comics industry is so mad about the T-shirts. It is so funny. They're like, "You're grifting by selling T-shirts." No, I'm just creating funny T-shirts that are high quality and people like them, and I'm selling them to people who want to wear them. It's not grifting. It's called business. It's called capitalism. We're doing great. The T-shirts are doing great. And then to take, I mean, this was something that like Andrea and I, this is so personal, guys. I'm really sorry, but Andrew and I were just like hugging each other and just like, can we do this? Can we do Cyberfrog? Should we try to do this? Is this safe? Is this safe for our little family? We have a little baby. It's not like it's just us. We have a little baby. And then like, no, I don't want to, but to actually launch Cyberfrog and then to see this happen. And I said this to you guys. I said, this is getting to be very Glenn Beck. I don't want to be Glenn Beck at all, even though I was Mormon. I said to you guys, at some point, what I'm going to do is this is going to be a trust exercise. I'm going to let go. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to wrap my arms, fold my arms in front of my chest, close my eyes, and fall backwards, and just see if my fans will catch me. And boom. I mean, it's like it's so awesome. It is just so awesome. And then to think that we're gonna do more of this. We're gonna do more of this. And to think when I look at this character, it's like when I look at this character, I love this character. I love this character more than anything I've ever created anywhere. I love this character more than Atrocitus. I love this character more than the Stepford Cuckoos and Glob Herman over at Marvel. I love this character more than anything I've ever done. I think he's cool. I think he's great looking. I love him. And I love Salamandroid. I haven't had a big chance to work too much on him, but god damn is that cool. So, um, is God real? Or is just Jordan Peterson like really, really smart? Um, you know what I mean? It's just like, of course. Um, that is a thing. I mean, that is a real thing to just be able to say, all right, I'm going to. I recognize what's going on around me is evil, and I'm going to respond counter to that, even though it's going to seem, it's going to be painful, it's going to be inconvenient. My reputation is going to suffer in a lot of ways. People still talk about me that I'm a Nazi, and they talk about me that I harass women and and people of color, and all of the things that they say, all of the ridiculous things that they say about people who they don't agree with. They still say those things, and they still hope that I'll fail. You know, and I'm not failing. It doesn't look like I'm failing. Yeah, and it's, I owe it all to you guys. So when I say at the end of all my videos that I love you, and that at the end of my videos I always have a thank you section where I show the credits to the people who support my Patreon. My Patreon's great. I mean, that is just awesome beyond belief. But I always just thank you guys, and I mean it sincerely. You know, we owe everything to you guys, and so we'll never let you down. We will absolutely never let you down, and do appreciate it. Kendall Napstar says I'm your official black friend, so that way I can say to SJWs, I have lots of black friends. I'm not racist. Ask Kendall. Yeah, I want to meet you all too. So, the thing is, we're gonna do this. People who are asking how we're gonna tour and when, we're definitely gonna tour. I want to get out and I want to promote Cyberfrog. I want to sell Cyberfrog comics and merchandise and all that thing. All the convention stuff. As soon as Ava is, old enough to go out, we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time together, and I'm gonna get to meet all of you. Absolutely all of you. I hope so. Oh, we should refresh this. Somebody says I'm at 172,997. Did we jump up? We did. Boom. That's exciting. That is very exciting. All right, let's read some more of these here. Some super chats. And we got some super chats while I was talking. I was closing my eyes while I was talking. That's how I try to access memory about what that was like. That sucked, man. Being harassed by SJW sucks. And while they're doing it, they're telling people that you're harassing people. And then they get like, I mean, they wrote like 4 ugly magazine articles, like news articles about me that were all full of goddamn lies. And it is a hateful experience. And I learned to just despise them. And you'll see me on Twitter. I'm not messing around anymore. I will tell them where to go real quick. You have to stand up to them. You have to. They are evil. They're not normal people. They're just not normal people. SJWs. You can't reason with them. You can't go, hey, like I'm a normal person. Like, can't we just we can agree to disagree, can't we? No, they want to destroy you. They want to kill you. They want you to kill yourself. They are horrible, horrible people. Joseph Citadino, thanks for $5. I wonder what would happen if somebody did to media, SJWs, like what SJWs do to media, others like, such as writing YA novels with conservative values. Well, we are, you know, we, here's the thing about that. Like, this is it. You almost want to throw your own values away. My principles are that I don't want my comic books to contain overt political propaganda, and they can contain my ideas, my social ideas, maybe. I don't know. But I don't want you to come away from my comic book going, if you don't know who I am, like if you're just reading my book on, dude, that was written by, a Trump supporter. I mean, you shouldn't be able to recognize that. Honestly, you should read my comic books and just say that was a really good story, that was fun, that was rock and roll, it was sexy, it was violent, it was everything that I want in a comic book about a frog. It should just be escapism. But there is that temptation, isn't there, to just say, you know what, if they're doing it to us, we need to do it to them back. I haven't reached that point yet, and I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not saying that nobody should do it. I'm just saying that it's not me, and it's not a point where it's not something that I want to do. I don't ever want to be the guy who writes conservative comic books to irritate the left. I want to irritate the left by being successful despite them. This is successful despite them. That's irritating. That's awesome. Somebody give me $3. Can I get $3 so I can at least see 170? Oh, wait, somebody did. That was driving me nuts. Somebody just came in and gave me $3. Thank you so much. That was great. Oh, Matt did? Oh, thank you, Matt. We're at 173. My goal for tomorrow is to get to 175. So we gotta, eventually we gotta crawl up to 200,000. That is where I would like to be. And that way we can at least get these books done right back here. You can see them lurking in the background. So we want to get to 200,000. All right, let's see. Um, because reasons. Thanks for $2. You can be irritated. Cough. The Last Jedi cough. Yeah, that was that was irritating. I do admit it. Rax the hero. Thanks for $2. Cecil will play Luke in the reboot. Yeah, I think actually that would be funny. Like Cecil being in the Rian Johnson trilogy would actually make it a little bit better. No problem there. Michael Pernesti, thank you for Canadian $27.99. Round Johnson understands Star Wars more than anyone. I understand a tampon more than that fool understands Star Wars, and I have no clue as to what they do. Sorry for the rant. I was stuck in enemy territory all day. I know how you feel, brother. Yeah, I don't think Rian Johnson understands Star Wars. I don't think he does. F and Craig, thanks for $5. My fiance thinks we need social injustice warriors to combat this SJWs. I'm forced to agree. Sounds like a crossover event. No, because we wouldn't call ourselves social injustice. We don't believe in injustice. But see, social justice. The reason why we call them SJWs is because social justice warriors. It's a completely ironic term. They don't fight for social justice. They fight. They're far left extremists who basically fight for. They fight conservatives. They just want conservatives to suffer. They pretend that it's about equal rights. It's not. They have some weird racist ideas about white men being the source of all problems. They're third wave feminists, and they're nuisances. I mean, they're just basically ultimately nuisances that need to be eradicated. I'm for social justice in a real sense. I'm for justice in a very real sense. I want everyone to feel safe and included, but not the way they do. Joseph Citadino, thanks for another $5. Cecil should not play Luke in the reboot. He should reprise the role he will play in 2018 Sonic movie Dr. Eggman. He'd be pretty good. He'd be pretty good. And then again, Joseph Citadino, another $5. Finally, I think they should do a Darth Jar Jar and Darth Tico anthology trilogy. No, seriously, that would totally redeem both of those characters. Let's see. Big Red. Oh, Big Red, your Tico's on the way. Your Tico's on the way. Barbarian Bunny, thanks for $2. Shave your head and grow a goatee. Instant badass. Here's the question. I'm going to put this out to the chat. Now, this is more personal stuff, but we've got 1,400 people in here and change. How many people? We got 1,469 people in here. All right. So if you have a receding hairline, you have just a slightly receding hairline, do you get a hair transplant, like a good one, an expensive hair transplant to get your hairline back, or do you shave it bald? What do you do? Nope, nope, nope. Shave it, shave it, shave it. So you think I would be bald? Because I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, I could just no, I could get like hair transplants always look fake. What if they're expensive and good? What if it's a good job? Joe Rogan got one and regrets it. Uh, just let it ride. Shave. Most people are saying shave. Is it all men? What do the ladies think? Men, be quiet for a second. What do the ladies think? Ladies, hair transplant or shave? Um, Lady says transplant. I'll bet you anything most of the ladies say transplant. Shave. Margaret says shave. Andrea says transplant. Uh, yeah, look at this. Cleon333 says, my friend got a $5,000 transplant because he was balding at 20. Looks so good now I forgot he got it. Yeah, I think it would work. I think it would work. I don't want it. If I got my head shaved, I would look like Tor Johnson from Plan 9 from Outer Space. I don't know. I don't know. I might lace top wig. Wife says maybe a transplant. It's just expensive. Yeah, bald watermelon. Like that's what you got to picture. You know. I don't know. Tico wig. Yeah. Grow your eyebrows out and then comb it over. That's a good idea. Yeah, whatever Andrea wants. I might do it. I might, I might do it. It's not like I'm going out in public for like a year too much. So I could actually do it and then nobody would say. You guys would know. You guys would be like, hey, yeah. MPM 1125 says you're married now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but you know what? Like, I'm kind of. It kind of does matter. I have a feeling I'm gonna wind up on TV. I have so many opportunities to be on TV, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Is it soy? All right. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be on TV because, hey, tell us about this, tell us about that. It is the way it is. Transplant your back hairs onto your head. Oh, that would work. A Mozart wig. That's my favorite so far. I like that Mozart wig. People are saying it's soy. I don't think it's soy. I don't think it's soy at all. Ethan is low key admitting that the campaign is really to fund hair transplants. Dude, I wish you hadn't said that out loud. I wish you hadn't have written that. That's correct. I am drawing a Cyberfrog book entirely to fund hair on my head. Do you guys mind? As long as you get the book, it's none of your business. You guys will be like, "Hey, you're rich now. Where did all that money go?" I'll point to my head, and you'll be like, "What the fuck?" All right, it doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. All right, let's get back to the super chats here. Dun, dun, dun. And by the way, I appreciate them. These are pretty big super chats, so thank you. Um, KLR Zumi, thanks for $5. Contacts are soy, beards are not. Okay. Mupti, thanks for $2. How about laser eye surgery for soy prevention? Yeah, I thought about that. I thought about that. Gojirify, soy babyface. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. I've been thinking about this today. Babyface might be making a comeback, and I don't mean the musician. We love Babyface. He's great. But no, Babyface might be making a comeback because all of these soy boys have these beards, have these creepy pube beards that seriously, like, they look like, oh my God, dude, they look like hairy crotch coming right off the face. All these soy boys have the beard, and no, Babyface is not soy. Babyface is alpha, I think. I think a while ago, beard was alpha back when Army Rangers had beard. But now when the soy boys have beard, no, I have a beard too, guys. Uh, mm, Neck beards. What's a neck beard, by the way? What is a neck beard? Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. Critias says you're a beta. I'm no beta, dude. Not at all. Yeah, I don't know what a neck beard is. I shave under my jaw. Like my beard, I shave my cheeks and I shave my under my jaw. Fat dude with a beard down his neck. Yeah, thanks, Laura Smith. I don't have that. I don't have that. That's a neck beard, huh? That's gross. Yeah, I don't have that at all. So I shave under my chin, and yeah, I'm no beta. You guys know that. Bro, Ethan's a total gamma. He's not a beta. He's not an alpha. He's a gamma. He doesn't have to be either. He can do whatever he wants. Uh, yeah, when he wants it. Well, I don't know if that's what a gamma is. I think gammas get punked out by betas. I don't really know. All right, Big Red, 250K stretch goal, Uncle E's music CD. I just can't picture that because I don't know how to go about that. I don't know how. I'm barely going to be able to figure out how to print comics. That's going to be a big challenge for us. Making a CD, going into a music studio, recording a CD, it's just a lot of work. I mean that I don't get it. I don't know how to do it. Because reasons, thanks for $1 donation. Cecil is here. Thanks for $2. I just DM'd you a pic of me and my soy glasses. Nice. Because reasons, thanks for $2. What do you think about Dragon Ball Super? I don't have any opinion about it. I don't really watch any anime. I like the phrase Super Saiyan. I've changed it to Super Soyan. But yeah, I don't know a lot about it. Australian 7.99. Thank you. Message retracted. Don't know who donated that, but thank you. Edward Coleman. Thanks for 9.99. Thinking of getting the $5,000 package. I'm not rich, but love your work. Good idea. Comic books have a special place in my heart. Being dyslexic, it was how I learned to read. Edward, if you're not rich, if you can't afford the $5,000, don't do it. If you can afford the $5,000, I think you'll enjoy seeing yourself as a character in Cyberpunk Blood Honey. I think it would be kind of cool. You'll get to control who you are. The character will look like you. You'll get to control a little bit of your destiny. We'll talk it through, and whether you live or die is something that we can also work out. So think about it. Consider it. Avataz, thank you for $2. Do you get royalties from Atrocitus and Larfleeze? The answer is yes. JP Got Rockets, thanks for $5. EVS, drawing and chatting with fans like a modern day Jack Kirby. People would visit him in his home and basement, and his wife would make them lunch. Yeah, Andrea would totally do that too. She would totally do that. Is Ivan in here? Is Ivan Ortega in here? Ivan, where are you? I'm scrolling back. I don't see you. Ivan, if you're here, hello, buddy. How you doing? Um, Jeff Myers, thanks for $5. Success built on the original ideas of one who was always part of the machine will always be met with great lamentations of those left behind. It's scary. That is the other thing. The other thing is that what I'm doing is risky. This irritates people. First of all, SJWs thought they destroyed me. They thought they destroyed me utterly, and my career was over. These dummies, these total and complete talentless beta males and weirdos and purple-haired land whales that currently inhabit the comic book industry. You fools. I am supremely talented. I don't, guys. Excuse me while I just explain something. I'm not really this egotistical. I don't mean to sound arrogant, but let me just say something to them, okay? And you guys understand this, all right? They attacked me because I voted for Trump, Kevin Bay, and they didn't like it. Uh, I'm supremely talented. I'm not just moderately talented. I didn't basically just kind of stumble into comics accidentally. I didn't come into comics, do nothing of any importance, and then fall out of it again. That's not who I am. I have god tier talent. Thank you. Yeah, ego autistical. This is a little bit autistic, maybe. I am a humble comic artist and a humble T-shirt merchant. You have to understand, but I have to talk to these. I have to just say this. You can't get me out of comics if I don't want to go. You understand? You can't. You can't. I just do comics and people buy them. I'm really, really, really good. I'm not just kind of here and if maybe people. No, I'm really, really, really good at what I do. Whatever I do, I will make money. If I decide to leave comics, and by the way, if I go into talk radio like I'm doing right now, I will succeed at talk radio. I mean, it's like if I want to go into music, I will succeed at music. If I want to go into stand up comedy, I will succeed gloriously at stand up comedy. If I want to make t shirts with slogans on them, I will make a lot of money selling t shirts with slogans on them. God tier talent. God tier talent. You fools, you little soy boys with your goofy comics, whatever you're doing over there. I don't know I don't know who any of you are. You're all beneath my notice. USJWs, I don't even know who the fuck you are. You understand? I don't know. Anywhere I go, I will succeed gloriously. Gloriously. And you will always sit there and go, why, how, why. You know? It's just you're seeing it happen. You're seeing it happen. I'm doing a bunch of stuff at once. So anyway, this might be you might call this it's not narcissism, it's just the truth. These people have to be told. You don't have when someone has legit like skill and you can't stop them. You can't just tell Eric Clapton that he can no longer be a rock star because of his politics. He's Eric Clapton. You know what I mean? You just can't. So anyway, word is bond. All right, thank you. That annoyed a lot of people. Probably a few people in this chat, but they can go fuck themselves. All right, let's see what goes on here. Excuse my language. This is supposed to be a family show. Wow, a lot of super chats here. I'm scrolling back because every time like I stop and I let go of the screen here, the super chats kind of disappear and they scroll forward. So I have to scroll backwards and find where I left off. Um, Alpha Azeru, thank you for $5. Ethan, what kind of advice would you give to an illustrator pursuing a career as a freelancer? Also, where did you get your elbow pads? Oh, good question. All right, I'll take the first one first. Advice to give an illustrator pursuing a career as a freelancer. You have to be autonomous. You have to actually go and do your own work. You have to practice. You have to you have to be self-motivated. Other people will notice. Other people will notice. Opportunities will come and knock on your door. Initially, kind of, pursue each one until you find one that's legit. My elbow pads. These are called spider pads. You can't even. It's so dark. See what they look like. They're called spider elbow pads. You should find them on Amazon. I buy them on Amazon. They're about $40 a piece. They're great for me because I lean so hard on the desk. I steady my arms on my elbows when I draw, and for like hours, for like 10, 12 hours a day, and it just starts to cut through the cartilage of your elbows, and it just starts to become irritating. So I put those on, and a lot of people, Brad Walker from DC Comics was like, dude, I have towels under my elbows on my desk. Those are genius. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I had bursitis in one of my elbows. Like a little bubble or something burst and my elbow swole up. It swole. And that's the doctor recommended these from here on out. And I have to wear them. I just wear them every single day now. And that way I can lean on my hard rock desk and I can draw without any pain at all. And yeah, I would advise people to get those, in any case, if you're going to spend long hours drawing. JR, thanks for $2. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around and hurt you. Joe M, thanks for $2. Just how entertainment should be. Just good stories. That's right. So I don't want to, it's like, even SJWs, you want to read my book, you're welcome to. You won't be put off by it unless you just don't like frogs. Daniel Ramon, thank you for $2. Who is the villain of Rainbow Brute? The Care Bears are. And also the Thundercloud Men. Basically, the Rainbow Fairies, of whom Rainbow Brute is one, can only exist when the Thundercloud Men, who are basically living animated raindrops, are defeated. Because once they go away, then the rainbow can shine. So they actually are fighting the weather. They're fighting the weather. The Thundercloud Men are pretty scary looking, but the Care Bears are the villains only because Grumpy Bear gets out of line in the story. The story opens up with Grumpy Bear getting out of line with Rainbow Brute, and so Grumpy Bear's brothers and sisters have to get involved, and they kind of do something they shouldn't have done. And that's the story. That is the story that you're going to read in the upcoming Rainbow Brute one shot. Okay. Ian Aldrich, hello. Thanks for $2. Uncle E, are you still doing Patreon perks? Yeah, I gotta mail them out. I've got if you sign up for the $200 level, it looks like you're gonna get a sketch now, instead of a page of original art. Or I might just change it entirely. But yeah, you will get. I'm gonna mail out books and everything this week for the month of June. Michael Pronesti, thank you for Canadian 6.99. Uncle Ethan, it's clear SJWs aren't creative or all that bright. How the hell did they infest everything that used to be awesome? All it takes is for one to get in, and then he lets all his friends in. And I'm telling you right now, at DC Comics there is one in editorial, and he's letting all his friends in. So if you're wondering, if you see SJWs enter into DC Comics, they're all entering in one door, and they're all. It's not going to be long. The same thing happens everywhere. It happens at Marvel. It's going to happen. It happened at Star Wars. It happens in video games. One SJW finds a place of power and then lets all his friends in. And before too long, they take up leadership positions and all that stuff. Carrie Westham, thanks for $5. SJWs accuse everybody of being racist and sexist in order to prove their moral superiority. Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of silences opposition. Nobody wants to be thought of as racist or sexist. You can think of me as sexist. I don't really care, but I'm not racist. I might be sexist, though. I talk about women making me sandwiches a lot. And women do irritate me. Like the blue-haired land whale women irritate me. Let me hear it from the chat. Does that make me sexist? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sexist. Me too, says emotionally exhausted. No, some people, nah, not really. Facts aren't sexist. Yeah, most people are saying no. I'm shocked. Yeah, makes me human. I wouldn't say I'm sexist. I would say I'm a little bit of like a 1950s chauvinist. You know what I mean? Like a like a feminist of the 1960s would call me a chauvinist pig. But am I sexist? Do I want women to suffer? No, not at all. I just, I like women an awful lot and the way men like women, and I do want women to make me a sandwich. I like to be served a sandwich. Chet Thomas, thank you for $1.99. Do what I do and cut it super close, like 1/8. Oh, like just yeah. All right, that's a thought. Bald with a bushy beard, most anti-soy look. Okay. Loki Laufison, thank you for $5. Australian. Google bad hair transplants and then compare it to what can go wrong. Then compared to shaving. Shave it Breaking Bad style. That's a lot to think about. Merk Wade, thanks for $2. On your Facebook photo of you, you in soy glasses. Uh, I'm not wearing soy glasses on my Facebook profile, am I? I don't think so. I think it's like my wedding picture or something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked. I'll go look. Yanni Hull, thank you for Mexican $20. A good hair transplant looks great. Don't skimp. Yeah, I would have to spend the money. Chris Abrams, thanks for $1.99. For bald spot, use soy juice. LOL, you rock, Uncle A. Soy juice, ew, that's gonna make it worse. Kara Karukimachi, thank you for £2. Awesome answer to my question, thank you. You're quite welcome. Yanni Huel, $50 Mexican. Steal George Lucas's blood and inject it into your head. That guy's got a great head of hair. I mean, I have to say, that guy, he has a big pompadour. I don't know if it's real, but yeah, it's pretty good. Porphyrogenitus says, "Do not get the laser surgery. I got it. I regret it." You mean for the eyes? I'm afraid. I'm afraid of my eyes. I'm afraid of anything touching my eyes. I'm afraid of, all that. So okay, yeah. So you're saying don't do that. I'm happy wearing these glasses when I draw. I don't have to wear them outdoors. I don't need them to drive. I don't need them to see anything else. It's just in the morning now when I get up and try to focus my eyes on my art, I'm seeing double. And so I need these big glasses, and I want them to be big and goofy. I love Robert De Niro at the end of Casino with those enormous. I mean, it's like those things are huge. They're like two. They look like each lens is the size of a slice of Wonder Bread. I was like, that's what I want. They didn't have them. They didn't have them, and I want them to magnify my eyes really big. that's what that's what I should have asked. I should have said, "Will these magnify my eyes?" I want to look like a toad in my chair, just gigantic. No, these aren't bifocals. They're just reading glasses. But oh my god, that would be so funny if I could get huge glasses with like lenses the size of Wonder Bread slices that actually magnified my eyes. So people came in. Yeah, like I look like a little frog. Oh, that'd be cool. Let's see, where are we here? Big Red, thanks for $2. Surgeon General warning: hair plugs cause soy face. Oh, don't say that. Is that true? Dio Brando, thanks for $5. Did you see Gears of War 3 at E3? They had a trailer with Funko Pops. That was pretty rage-inducing. They also called everybody sexist. I'm sorry. That's great. Oh my god. Yeah, I like that. I like that they had Funko Pops. They had a trailer with Funko Pops that pissed everyone off, and then they called everyone sexist. I love it. I'm telling you, I identify these things properly. When I say Funko Pops are part of the problem, POP part of the problem, oh, we just raised another $300. I mean it. I mean that is absolutely true. Like Funko Pop goes along with SJW. I don't know why. I don't know why. Ivan Ortega, thank you for $2. You are an Omega, the Alpha and the Omega. So I'm the end of everything. I'm the end. Yeah, I don't know if Omega is good or not. I don't really know. Yeah, don't be a pop. Be a POS. If you can be a POC POS, which is a person of color part of the solution, that is probably the ultimate. So, do we have any POCs here? If you're a POC, say yes, I'm a POC. And you whiteys, you be quiet. I want to see POCs. We have no POCs in here. Nicholas Glenn, I haven't gotten to your super chat yet. We got a few. Yeah, POC, half POC. Yes, here come the POCs. All right. You guys, hello to you. We love you. You are now POC POS, which is a person of color, part of the solution. You do not want to be a POC POP. That's a person of color, part of the problem. And it means you have a big bobblehead. You don't want to have a big bobblehead. Be a POC and that is the ideal thing. Nick says he's a POC like Sean King. Well, I mean, Sean King has chosen to become a person of color. I don't care if he is or not, honestly. Whatever. He's irritating. All right, let's see. I missed a super chat. I'm scrolling down. I don't feel like I missed one, but I'll scroll all the way back and double check. Uh, Rajalan70, thanks for $5. Bald is fine as long as you have a goatee and never ever smile. Oh, so you have to be like Lex Luthor. You have to be like angry all the time. I can't. I laugh a lot. Rex the Hero, thanks for $2. Dragon Ball Super is gay. DB Heroes will be better. What do you guys think of that? Is Dragon Ball Super gay? Um, Let me know the opinion about that. I don't know. I don't know if it's gay or not. Rick, thank you for $10. Hello, Uncle Ethan. I'm curious. What is your opinion about Ronald Moore and Glenn Larson as sci-fi writers? And could they be capable of writing and directing a good Star Wars story? Okay, so people are saying, yeah, he gay, it gay. A lot of people, no. Some people say no, it's not gay. But some people are saying it is gay. So yeah, it's hard to say. It seems to be non-binary at this point. I don't think it's gay or not gay. No, people want to know if Dragon Ball Super is gay. It's gayer than gay. It's a little gay. If it's gay, it's okay. It's just I don't know if it is or not. Uh, Ronald Moore and Glenn Larson as sci-fi writers. Rick, you're gonna have to excuse me. I don't know who Ronald Moore and Glenn Larson are. I don't know who they are. Uh, who are they? I'm gonna have to look them up. Cecil is Dick and comics. Thanks for $2. Do not share that pic. By the way, you almost cried. LOL. I cry. I almost cry all the time when I think about all of my blessings. I almost cry. I receive more blessings than I'm capable of handling, and I do appreciate it. I'm not. I have a heart, Cecil. It's like I'm not all. I know it seems like I'm putting on an act, like other people are, Cecil. I'm not. I don't put on an act. I actually have a heart. Daniel Stone, thank you for 4.99. Thanks for wishing me well on Twitter last night. Your contact with your followers is why we are fiercely loyal and supportive of you. You're welcome, Daniel. Best wishes from my family to you. Joseph Citadino, thank you for $5. Ethan Neckbeard can also refer to those creepy, socially awkward guys who wear a trench coat and fedora, and watch My Little Pony and then rock the neckbeard. Yeah, I have. When it comes to My Little Pony, I try not to think about it too hard, because I've met some people that I like who are bronies, and it's like okay, my initial reaction to men who like My Little Pony is not good. It's not a positive reaction, so I keep it to myself. I'm sure that the fact that I was watching the Patty Duke show today might be weird to some people. It's not though. It's not. A hot dog makes her lose control. It's a good show. But so My Little Pony, okay, it's like yeah, I leave it to myself. I prefer if they would like My Girthy Stallion, but we'll get them into that. We'll get them into that. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for $1.99. Have you met Stanley, and do you have any stories? Yes, I met Stanley many, many times, many, many times, and did an interview with him. Let me see if I even have that here. Let me see if I have that on video. I mean, the good thing about doing these multiple iPads, I know you guys make fun of my iPads, but it is good in a way because I might be able to just call up an interview with Stan Lee, right? I mean that. Yeah, Stan Lee. I'll tell you. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell this story. This made me laugh so hard about Stan Lee. Stan Lee, he has been spending way too much time being dragged from convention to convention. And he goes to these conventions and all he does is sign his name over and over again. And I have to wonder, I mean, I really do wonder, like, who is making him do this? Why is Stan Lee, uh, at his age, going around to so many shows and I can't find the video, aggressively signing autographs? Why? So that is confusing, but it does put him in a bad mood. It does seem like he's being exploited. So, oh my God, I'm gonna say he said this to me, so I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I don't care. He did say this to me. This is gonna upset some of his fans. Uh, so I said to him, "How can cousins be identical?" I don't know. That's the foundation of the whole show, the Patty Duke show. Um, Sitting there talking to him, and I said, "Hey, Stan," and he was grumbling about having to sign all these books, and he said, "Ah, these motherfuckers," and he's cursing while he's signing these comics, and I go, "Stan," and I'm laughing because it's funny. Like there are stacks and stacks of comics that he's got to sign. We're in a back room, and he goes, "These guys, I can't take it." I'm like, "Is it fun at all? Are you enjoying it at all?" And he's like, "Nah, I hate this. These people don't care about me." And I'm just like, "Stan, these are your fans. Like these are your dearest fans. Like these are." He's like, "These are nobody's fans. These are my fans. I can't stand these people. The minute that I finish signing these books, they're gonna go right up on eBay and sell them." I'm like, "No, these are gonna be family heirlooms, Stanley. You have to understand. I know it's probably you're probably tired of it, but like this means a lot to people. These are your fans." He's like, "These are not my fans. I'll tell you what, line up my fans and give me a machine gun." I was like, "Damn, Stan, it was the best thing. Line them up and give me a machine gun," he said. It was the best thing I've ever heard. Oh my God, dude, it was fantastic. Thank you for the compliment on my impression. Uh, Stanley said, "Line up my fans and get me a machine gun." I will never. Every time I think of that moment, I laugh, and it's like, and then I turned on the camera. I asked if he would do a little interview, and he became Stan Lee, just like that. "Hey Stan, who's your favorite Spider-Man villain?" And he's like, "I hate them all. Hey, shame on those villains. Shame on them. They're naughty. We don't like any of the villains." So he just immediately became Stanley. But oh my God, dude, it was the best thing ever. And I told that story once to somebody in a car, and uh, and they got really depressed, and so I decided I would never tell them again. I'd never tell anyone again. But yeah, he is fed up. He's had enough of it. Honestly, when you see him signing those comics, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to be sitting there signing those comics, and he's unhappy about it. And so when I see him signing those comics, I am also unhappy for him. All right, so there you go. There's my Stan Lee story. I hope you enjoyed it. Anonymous, thank you for $2. How do you unbrainwash an SJW? I kick him out of the basement and make him pay their own bills. Jake Foley, thanks for $5. POW Entertainment legally owns Stanley's name. He recently sued them for $1 billion over this. Uh, wow. Yeah. Rax, like nobody should legally own Stanley's name. Stan Lee should own it. That's weird. Rax the Hero, thanks for $2. Stan said he'd never want any of the DC characters, and he doesn't care, guys. Honestly, you think he really cares? Yeah. Planet Musk vlog, thanks for $1.99. Just sold that story on eBay. Okay, good. Oh my God. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. That was a nice moment. And I've met Stanley quite a few times. I've taken pictures with him, and every single time that I've met him, honestly, I'm introduced to him, and people, his handler will say, "Hey, this is Ethan Van Sciver. He draws Green Lantern," and Stan's like, "Oh, I love Green Lantern. I love the Green Lantern. He's and he'll go on to, and he'll give me a hug, and it's just so nice. He's really really good. He's good at being who you want him to be. But I guess when you catch him in private, like, and he's got a stack of books to sign, like Rumpelstiltskin, he's had enough. Yeah, he's had enough. And I wish, yeah, Stanley probably does hate the Green Lantern. But yeah, KSS says Stanley was just venting. I can see his point. There are a lot of fake fans, and his hand probably hurts from all the signing all day. That's correct. That's correct. Rumor has it he's being exploited and abused by his daughter. I don't know anything about any of that. Who knows? Who knows? But it would be nice if somehow fandom could let Stan Lee retire, exactly correct, to a beach house somewhere where he can just sit there and have beautiful women serve him tropical drinks while he sits on the beach and does whatever he wants to do. Missed a super chat? Whose super chat did I miss? Could somebody tell me? I feel like I got them all. I'm scrolling back. Let me see. Uh, Jeff Myers, $5. Everything has to be ironic to SJWs. They want to deny the baseline of morality and normalcy to make them feel better that they don't meet it. That yeah, well that is a good point. That is a good point. Oh, I missed a lot of them. Immortal Coil, thanks for $5. Maybe the sound effect of the giant wasp's wings is SJW. It like makes a strua noise, I guess. Ian Aldridge, thanks for $2. I'm a POS. Does that count? You're a part of the solution. It does count. A Caustic Soldier, thanks for $2. Pop goes with SJW because they're also posers. Yeah, they're like fake. Like I feel like people who collect pops aren't really specifically into any pop culture icon. They are just pop is perfect because it's like you can kind of collect something that's all the same. Hey, it's a little bit of everything. They're just fake. Yeah, it's like fake fandom. Logan Lauren, thank you for $2. Hey Ethan, just sending some love your way. Thanks Logan, love you too. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $2. SR2 Joker, thanks for $5. It isn't narcissistic EVS. Oh, this is when I was telling SJWs that I'm great. It isn't narcissistic EVS. It is important to point to hard work, talent, and competence. The SJWs hate those things, the meritocracy. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they think they can be replaced. They think they can replace me because they have better values, social values than I do. It's like I'm sorry, but that's just not how the real world works, little guys. Sergeant Lowe, thanks for 4.99. Have an idea for a new tier? Sell naming rights on businesses that were destroyed while Cyberfrog was asleep. That's a neat idea. That's a neat idea. Darth Hater. Oh, I missed a lot of chats. Thanks for $5. Your art in Green Lantern Rebirth got me into comics. No BS. You are supremely talented. SJWs can suck it. Can't wait for Cyberfrog. Darth Hater, thank you so much. A lot of people, I think, fell back into comics with Green Lantern Rebirth. I do hear about that a lot. Green Lantern Rebirth was a re-entry point into comics, and God willing, that's what this is too. Reaching out to people who are not necessarily in comics right now and saying, hey, you're in the Star Wars fandom, and maybe you will also like comic books. It just seems like a pretty good idea to me. Yeah, they will. They will definitely like Cyberfrog, and maybe because you read Cyberfrog, you'll want to investigate and see if there's anything else that's as good out there. And of course, there won't be, but you can still look. X Dalek, thank you for $2. Gorilla Vision, thank you for $2. What do you think of the Green Lantern movie? I only watched the first 45 minutes of it. By the way, if you guys want to rent the Green Lantern Blu-ray, and you don't, but if you do, and you watch the extra features, you will see your Uncle Ethan being interviewed in there. I think it's around 2010. You'll see young, beardless, kid-faced, Uncle Ethan being reviewed, and it's pretty cool because it's like the history of Green Lantern, and it's like before Ethan Van Sciver and then the coming of Ethan Van Sciver. So it is pretty neat. Not the TV show, the movie. So you can actually see me talk about myself and Green Lantern. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I do remember being in LA, and that was a pretty neat moment for me. I was like, I always wanted to be a talking head, and I got to be a talking head. Uh, so the movie to me, I saw 45 minutes of it, and just I was like, what is this? TV show was excellent. The animated series, excellent, perfect. Rhino4563, thanks for $5. Beautiful Sunbeam, Uncle Red Commander. We need you to campaign against the Grand Soy Boy Colbert. Got my tickets for NYCC. Hope you're there. No plans to go there. I might just go and walk around because some friends will be there, but no plans to camp out and be part of the convention. It's just a pill. It's a pain, and I don't want like I'll sign comics. I don't want to draw for people anymore. It's so stressful. I want to be at peace. Maybe I'll broadcast from there. Maybe I'll walk around and just do uh, you know, some live chats or something like live stream from NYCC. Um, Campaign against Colbert. I don't know if yeah, I don't. I just don't want to get into it with Colbert. I don't like him. I don't even want to think about him. Joseph Citadino, thanks for $5. Ethan, the worst is when a family member gives you a pop you didn't ask for as a gift just because you like Star Wars and other geeky things. Yeah, I've gotten a few of them. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. But now we do know what to do with it. Back over it with your car. You know what I mean? Like that is a pretty good thing to do with it. Captain Liberator, thanks for $5. My wife started spewing SJW justifications about The Last Jedi and Soilo. I successfully argued truth and won. Well, okay, be careful, it's your wife. But if it, fortunately, yeah, we don't have those problems in my household. But man, if we did, I'd be like, okay, Yeah, I'd be like, okay, all right, that's fine. Jaeger Mom, thanks for $5. If you're a gambling man, what are the odds that Ryan's trilogy will get canceled? I would say they are 2 to 1 that he's gonna get canceled. Also, which one is in a worse state, DCU or Star Wars? Oh, DCEU is in a way worse state than Star Wars. It's a catastrophe. I hate to say that, but it is absolutely true. And then announcing the Joker movie, I just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to do about that. It's just shrug. Ethan, serious question. How do you really honestly feel about Kelly Marie Tran? Rose Tico in a non-ironic way asks Kale Vipoig. Um, let's see. How do I feel about her in a non-ironic way? When I first saw The Last Jedi, I've explained this a few times. I'm never really ironic in the sense that I'm telling you something that I don't mean. That my sense of irony is just uh, it's more like a shrug. Okay, it's not like I'm lying to you. When I tell you I like Rose Tico, I kind of do like Rose Tico, and the reason why I like Rose Tico is because when I saw her in the movie, after having been pumped up by SJWs in comics about how great of a character she was, what a sunbeam she was, and how wonderful it was that she represented all Asian people by being in a Star Wars movie. I thought to myself, that's good. I mean, she's probably, maybe she's like a little bit of a Mary Sue, in the movie. But well, when I actually finally saw it, like she, Rose Tico is the most worthless character in that movie. I mean, she looks weird in the movie, and she doesn't do anything of value. And some dummy actually said on Twitter, she's so great because she prevented Finn from making a sacrifice that he didn't need to make. Yeah, and because she prevented him from making that sacrifice, Luke Skywalker had to die. So it was stupid. The whole movie didn't make any sense to me, and Rose Tico was a terrible character. But after that, it took me a little while to kind of cope with the reality of Rose Tico. You'll see some early videos that I made about when I was first coping with The Last Jedi, and some of them are pretty angry. Like, there's one where I'm just like shocked at the number of Rose Tico toys that they're making, the fact that Rose Tico toys aren't selling, and then I kind of give myself over to it. Like, you know what? Nobody's buying these. This character didn't work, and so I'm going to take this character on. This character is a representation, a physical representation of the failure of SJW ideas. And so, as such, and by the way, Kelly Marie Tran seems like a sweetie pie. I've seen interviews with her now, and I saw her at the Golden Globes, I think, or was it the Oscars with Mark Hamill. She was great, and I'm sure she didn't. None of this is her fault. She doesn't seem like a great big SJW herself. She was forced into this role. Well, she wasn't. She accepted the role, but I mean, the character was kind of already designed and created for her. The makeup, the costume, the dialogue. She had no choice. I feel sorry for her. I also feel sorry for her because all of her action figures are stacked up on shelves. Nobody bought one. Nobody bought one, and I don't blame them. There's no reason to make one, much less four. Why did they make four Rose Tico action figures? Finn only had two. Why did they make four Rose Tico action figures? It's so odd. It's so weird. And so, does it surprise me that they not only used her as a pawn to just sort of strut around and sort of embrace themselves and their own bad kind of like, hey, we embrace diversity and all this stuff. Like it's all about kind of self-love with SJWs. We did this. We put an Asian. You're all white. You're all white people. You basically you're saying that people of color depend on you as a gateway into entertainment. Like, yeah, you can put people of color in Star Wars. They have to go through you, though, don't they? They have to go through you to get there. And then you can pat yourself on the back while you give her a terrible character to portray. And you can humiliate her while her action figures sit on the shelves and nobody buys them and they get reduced to 3 cents at Walmart. And then finally, you can ultimately humiliate her by using her as an excuse to attack the people, your fans, who are sick and tired of the terrible job you're doing on Star Wars. So she's a fascinating, pivotal character. I I can't help but be obsessed with her a little bit because of just all those reasons. I bought a ton of her action figures off the shelves. I couldn't stand seeing them sitting there, and I knew that she represented something important. And because of that, I kind of grew to like her. It's kind of like finding a puppy dog that's been abused, and you take it in and you feed it, and it's like, okay, all right, this puppy dog's going to get healthy under my care. But I know that out in the world out there, it was kicked and abused and beaten down. So I don't know. It's hard to explain my feelings about Rose Tico. My feelings about Rose Tico are not ironic in that I secretly hate Rose Tico. Not anymore. I hated her when I saw the movie. I hated the character. Now when I see the movie, I feel warm. Kind of she endears herself to me. But yeah, you will never understate the importance of Rose Tico. Just when you're discussing the death of Star Wars under Disney, you cannot understate the importance of Rose Tico in that whole thing. And she is a symbol of complete and total SJW failure at entertainment. Let's see here. Where did I read that? Okay, I'm kind of lost here. Ian Aldridge, thanks for $5. Do you have a PO box for people to send you gifts, toys to review, glitter bombs, etc.? No, just for that reason. I don't want any glitter bombs. I don't have a PO box. I don't have a POP box or a POS box or a POC box, but maybe I should get one. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get one. I see the problem with it is that at this point now, and it's only going to get worse as Star Wars fails worse. Channels like mine are going to come under scrutiny. We're going to be targeted for abuse and harassment, and all the while we're going to be called abusers and harassers. Jeremy's in for it. Jeff is in for it. Poor Jesse over at Mindless Entertainment is in for it, and I'm certainly in for it, but I'm used to it. So we're going to get targeted. If I have a PO box, they're going to send me dangerous things, honestly. So I don't have a PO box. I don't think it's a good idea. Pin drop, thanks for $1.99. Can I read GL Rebirth as my introduction to it? Yeah, definitely, and you should. That is the best way, actually. The best entry point into Green Lantern is Green Lantern Rebirth, and then you can just follow Jeff Johns' whole run on Green Lantern. It's wonderful. It really is really good. Dio Brando, thanks for $5. If they cancel Rian Johnson's trilogy, will he have to get reimbursed for the money he would have been paid for a whole trilogy? I don't know. I don't know what his contract is like. There'd be something called a kill fee. I don't know if he's entitled to a kill fee. Edward Coleman, thanks for $1.99. Green Lantern Rebirth is amazing. Thank you so much. The Buzz General, $2. Did you see Suicide Squad? Hated it. Almost walked out. They sent me a free copy of it, and I never watched it, and I gave it away. DC is like that. They'll send you free copies of things, and I appreciate it. I just didn't want to watch it. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for $9.99. Is the hardcover on Geeks and Gamers or the High Council HC? Is the High Council on Geeks and Gamers this week? Yes. I suggested to Jeremy that he give away the Last Straw T-shirts for donations. That way, you get around all the legal stuff. John Campia blocked my super chats mentioning you or Geeks and Gamers. John Campia is a clown. Don't just leave him alone. Like I would suggest people just let his channel die because that is what's happening to it. Just walk away from him. Come over to us. We don't want to harass people that disagree with us. We don't want to argue with them. We're just somebody said to me, they said you overstate your own importance in this. I'm like, no, I don't, you do. We're just meeting here. Like this is just me and 1359 of my closest friends talking about Star Wars and how it sucks. If that bothers you so badly that you have to go and hire Colbert to run us down, that means that you think we're a lot more important. And we didn't say that we were important at this. This is just us chatting. Leave us alone. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of here. So John Campia is the same way. Don't go bother them. Don't go bother Hello Greedo or Star Wars Theory or any of these other guys. We don't care what they have to say. We know what they have to say. Just hang out with us here. High Council will be on Geeks and Gamers. We make so much money in super chats for High Council that we just decided we would kind of split it up. Everybody's really nice to us during the High Council meetings, so it's like rather than just split up each week, it's like okay, you can run it and keep all the super chat money this week, and then I'll do it the next week. And since Jeremy is new, this is his third weekend, and he's officially going to stay. He gets to do it this week. So tip him well, please. Joseph Citadino, thanks for $10. Rose and Holdo makes a lot of sense if you assume she, Rose, is a First Order spy and or dark side Force user. I mean, killing Luke Skywalker seems like a pretty epic Sith accomplishment. That would be. I would respect JJ if he actually did that. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think when we see Rose Tico, she is going to have a complete makeover. I think JJ is going to beautify Rose Tico so that we all go, ooh. And that would be symbolic of JJ cleaning up for Rian Johnson's messes as well. Uh, is Star Wars Theory and SJW? I don't know. I just assume Star Wars Theory is one of the pro Disney Star Wars channels. Is it? Is it not? I don't listen. Somebody just mentioned that to me. I know Hella Greedo is. Those channels aren't. They're not doing well. They're just not doing well. People don't want to hear it right now, and that's why we're getting bigger and they're not. Um, let's see. Joseph Citadino, thanks for $5. We should start a petition for Disney to make a Darth Tico Sith Rose movie with Kelly Marie Tran reprising her role. Would be gratifying for her. That'd be cool. I would like to see Rose Tico evil. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty badass. Mark Giarusso, thanks for $1.99. Listen, here's the truth of the matter. There is no character. There is no such thing as a bad character. There are bad creators. There are bad creative people. Rose Tico, there's no reason why Rose Tico, Resistance Mechanic, can't be a great character that's really, really cool. There's no reason why J.J. Abrams can't take Rose Tico, give her a bigger part in episode 9, and really, like, make her, like, almost like a Cinderella kind of story where it's like, hey, she was just a mechanic before, but she's risen to power now. She's someone important because she had this potential all along. That is that makes sense. You just have to be smart. You have to be creative. You have to be good, and you have to not think so much about your politics. Just think about good storytelling. Mark Chiarusso, thanks for $1.99. What do you think of Jason Momoa as Aquaman? I don't. I think he doesn't look like Aquaman. What I think of him is that the ladies love him. So Jason Momoa, seriously, the ladies love him, and I'm talking about middle-aged women love Jason Momoa. So when they told me Jason Momoa was Aquaman, what I told them was, and they said, "Oh, he's gonna be like Lobo." I'm like, "You mean you're gonna make him an asshole?" Like, no. Jason Momoa, I said, do Aquaman like Splash in reverse. Make Jason Momoa a woman's fantasy, which is that he's kind of like super strong, super powerful, fish out of water story. He's protective of a woman. He's protective of the city, whatever he. But I mean, one woman is teaching him the ways of the world. He's a fish out of water. He's Tarzan. Women would flip out over that. Seriously, I mean, they would absolutely love Jason Momoa as Daryl Hannah's part in Splash. They'd love it. So that would be a good way to make Fabio as Aquaman. Exactly. That would be moist. They would be moist. That would be the very best way to sell Aquaman because we don't like him. To be honest with you, men don't really like Aquaman. So make him a woman's fantasy. Do a kind of Twilight style, sexy kind of romance novel version of Aquaman, and boom, billions of dollars. I'm right too. I mean, you can't argue with that. That is correct. Jaegerbomb, thanks for $5. I think Admiral Holdo is the worst character in Star Wars history. Do you concur? Mm, uh, 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 uh. She's not good. I mean, is she worse than Jar Jar? Yeah, she's worse than Jar Jar. Yeah, 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 yeah. Also, do you think there is any salvaging Episode 9? Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. There's always hope. You know what I mean? There's always hope. JJ is better than Rian Johnson. So, and by the way, you can tell that JJ doesn't like Rian Johnson's movie. We've just had clues about that through all the articles that I've done here, all the videos that I've made that kind of represent the articles about, in particular, the one where what's his name from Shaun of the Dead. Oh shoot. I always forget names when I need to. Well, that guy basically is friends with J.J. Abrams, and he said that J.J. hated the fact that, uh, you know, uh, Rian Johnson took away Simon Pegg. Thank you. Simon Pegg said that Rian Johnson or that J.J. Abrams did not like that Rian Johnson changed the plans for, Ray's parentage. And so obviously that means that these guys have had discussions. You can tell that kind of behind the scenes. You can surmise that JJ has grumbled about Rian Johnson's movie, and JJ is going to go in there and he's going to fix it, and he'll just say, "Oh, Kylo Ren was lying," and he'll make sense of it. He'll make sense of it. My feeling is that you can't do worse than Episode 8. So Episode 9 is going to be better. It's got to be a better movie. Is it going to make money? Mm, yeah, it's gonna make money. I think it'll take a nosedive. It'll dip down from Episode 8. Yeah. Can Kerbos, good night. Thanks for joining me. A Caustic Soldier, thank you for Australian $2. Make vids alerting us before you go on another channel. Oh, you mean when I visit when I go on someone else's channel? Well, okay, so every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is High Council. So you can count on that. Every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, High Council. It's just a question of whose channel is going to be hosting it. You can find that out on Twitter. It's either going to be me, World Class Bullshitters, or it's going to be Geeks and Gamers. And this Tuesday, it's going to be Geeks and Gamers. The following week, it'll be right here on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Triton1, thanks for $5. Don't think Star Wars Theory is SJW. He made a mini fanfic for how The Last Jedi should have gone. Oh, good. And Jeremy is willing to be on his Vader film. He is optimistic. Oh, good, good, good. Oh, that's good to know. It's good to I know he's a great big channel, so that's exciting to know. But my point isn't to point out who's SJW. My point is just simply we don't want to, as a community, go and bother people that disagree with us unless they come to us first. Like, we don't want to seek out John Campea and say, John Campea, you're a dummy. We'll criticize what his videos here, because that's part of what we do. John Campea says something particularly dumb. I will make a video about it. You can criticize his videos here. If he wants us to come over there, I'll come over there and argue with him. But for the most part, people want to be left alone. We don't want to be guilty of harassing, the people who we disagree with. We just want to criticize them. Are you still receiving Loot Crates, Uncle EVS? I think I successfully canceled it. They charged my credit card for $400, and I threw a fit because I didn't think they were going to charge it until November. I called up. They charged PayPal. That's what it was. It wasn't even my credit card. I had an arrangement with them through PayPal, so there was no. It wasn't my credit card. They could easily just pull out $400 from my PayPal. So I disputed it with PayPal. They said, "I'm sorry, but you did sign this legally." Blah blah blah. And I said to them, I said, "No, are $400, Nerve Clacks? I didn't know it was that much." So I said, I wrote to. They said, "Here, you can write to them and dispute it." And I actually checked this out. I wrote to them and I said, "Maybe you've heard of my channel. It's called Comic Artist Pro Secrets. How would you like another 12 episodes of me throwing your loot crates out and them getting like 80,000 views?" And they immediately canceled my subscription, returned my money. So that was successful. I have not gotten another loot crate, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to. But yeah, that was amazing. They told me that they told PayPal no, and then I got on with them and said I'll be happy to destroy your company for another year because I will make more than $400 in ad revenue for trashing your company. So no more loot crate. I don't think I might. Like I was thinking I might just happen to get one more, because my subscription might not be over yet. But I think it's been more than a month and I haven't gotten one. So I think I'm done. Yeah, I don't want to trash them. I don't. I think they're phony. I think their whole thing about like signing people on for automatic renewals at $400 a year. And then they give you no warning. This is the key thing about it. They don't say, "Hey, in 2 weeks." They don't send you an email that says, "Hey, in 2 weeks we're going to charge your card for another year. So if you want to, if you're interested, don't do anything. But if you want to cancel, now's the time." They don't do that. Okay, that's the scam. They just hit you with the charge all of a sudden and then say, "Well, you signed the contract." So nobody should ever sign up for Loot Crate. It is I think that's a dishonest scam. I really do think that they could fix their company by simply doing that one thing that I mentioned, like most people do. And I have a few subscription services. You do get hit with an email that says, "We're going to charge your card again in 2 weeks. We're going to charge your card on this date if you want to continue with your subscription." Yeah, it was $400, guys. And I thought it was only like $200. Like $400. I was like, no, no, no. We're not. I'm sorry, I can't do this. And by the way, my Loot Crate videos, even though I like them, they get the most hate from any of my videos. They get the most hate. People are like, don't you know you could just cancel your credit card? It's like, do you know how many things are coming off my credit card, dummy? I'm an adult. Like, there are a million things that are coming off of my credit card all the time. You mean I have to cancel my credit card just to get Loot Crate to stop stealing from me? And then I've got to get a new credit card and then just rehook everything up again? How about if Loot Crate just goes away? Like, if it's just cancel your card, just call them. Guys, it's not that easy. It is a scam. It is a scam. And you have to fight them. So I mean, Loot Crate would do better, and I think they should know. If anyone from Loot Crate is listening to this at any point in time, you need to fix your service. You need to offer people an advance warning before you charge their cards in the form of an email, and give them a chance to opt out because $400 a year is too much. It's too much. Dummy, I'm an adult. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't want to cancel my credit card. And by the way, and then it wasn't even my credit card, it was PayPal. So, it's like, hey, cancel my PayPal account and start a new one just so Loot Crate will stop stealing from me. It doesn't seem to make sense. Doesn't seem to make sense. But yeah, it was garbage. I hated it. If I do get another Loot Crate, I will destroy it in a video, because I don't know. I think they're funny. It's like people go, well, I told you it was garbage. People are like, you're dumb for subscribing. I subscribed to Loot Crate for my stepdaughter. I thought she might enjoy getting a box of fun stuff every month and have something to look forward to. She got two of them, opened them, and said, this is garbage. I don't want any of this. And then I was stuck with like another year, and then they charged me for another year, and the third year wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. William C says, I saw a Fandom Menace shirt out in the wild today at Krispy Kreme, and we shared a happy moment. Sweet. Yeah, those are doing really, really well. They're doing really well. Um, yeah, everyone likes the Fandom Menace shirt. I didn't think there was so much money in T-shirts, but like, I saw PewDiePie talking about it. He's like, you know what? My ad revenue for my channel, you would think it was like a lot. He's like, it's nothing compared to what I do in baseball caps. I sell baseball caps to my fans. He's like, I'm basically a hat merchant. I was like, that's awesome. That's a great way to look at it. It's true. I mean, merch is the lifeblood of this kind of a thing. And my shirts are good. It's not like these are cheap shirts that you get in a parking lot after a concert. I mean, these are like good quality t-shirts. They look nice, and everybody likes them. So, yeah. Fandom Menace hats. We're gonna work on those. We're gonna work on those. I would like to be a hat merchant. A Fandom Menace bulk hat. Well, I asked him. I'll remind him. I'll remind him about that because yeah, he said that he needs to hire an embroiderer for the hats, and I would like to wear a Fandom Menace hat, probably more than a shirt. I would rather wear it on a hat or a jacket or a jacket. Or I would like to actually have a jacket that says the Phantom Menace to wear to Star Wars Celebration. Can you imagine a whole army of people walking around Star Wars Celebration with Phantom Menace t-shirts? That would be huge. That would be absolutely huge. Hat merchant. All right, guys, are we done? I think, man, I can talk lately. I can really talk. I'm getting good at filling up time. It doesn't even time just kind of goes by. Okay, hold on. Paul Bevins, thank you for $1. Paul Bevins, thank you for $5. Weird, wouldn't let me send $5 before. That is weird. Thank you though. Thank you for $6. Jordan Randall McKendrick, thanks for $5. C, you want to hope that episode 9 can be better because episode 8 was rock bottom. I think we'll get better, but not with the folks up top. Something's got to give. Well, something is going to give. And if it doesn't, I mean, we're just gonna keep doing what we do. I still have review. I mean, I still have. I'm sorry, Vile Delinquent. Can I put off backing until Saturday? Yes. I think the campaign goes until the 29th, so you have plenty of time. If you have not yet backed Cyberfrog, let's check it real quick and see if it jumped up a little bit. That would be cool. It did. Excellent. We sold about like 5 more books, so thank you very much. Um, Oh, my girlfriend saw my Fandom Menace shirt. Jesus says, my girlfriend saw my Fandom Menace shirt and loved it. It was so cute to hear her giggle, read it aloud. Can you find out about ladies cut shirts? Yeah, I'll ask. I'll ask. I mean, we're selling enough shirts now that we can actually do options like that, you know? I mean, that's the thing. I hate to always just go to them and be like, okay, we need to do this and we need to do that. But yeah, like our shirts are doing better than anything else that crypto fashion is doing. We just like seriously, our shirts are cool, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of all of them. Soylo is a great shirt. Tico is a great shirt. Go get your daddy's belt is a great shirt. I hope some people get that for Father's Day. I'm gonna wear it for Father's Day. And the Fandom Menace is awesome. Cyberfrog shirt, we actually have different colors. We got white, we got navy blue, and we got black. So that's a big deal. I'm gonna get one of each of those from Crypto Fashion. And they're just great. They're just great. I'm planning on what the next shirt's gonna be. People want this better not be porn T-shirt. I mean that is one of the things that I say on the channel a lot. I just don't know. What do you think of this better not be porn? And then we got to find some kind of some kind of visual for that. This better not be my thumb. Yeah. Or just like the logo. The laughing man logo, and then it just says this better not be porn maybe. People want Roundhead Ryan shirts. I'm hesitant about that now because let's see, somebody made a Chuck Wendig T-shirt, and Chuck Wendig lost his mind. Chuck Wendig is he's an unstable man. I will say that. I've witnessed his instability on Twitter. Uh, the T-shirt it said proudly blocked by Chuck Wendig. Now that's a shirt that very few people would get. Like that's a shirt that very few people would get the reference. I mean, you know, proudly blocked by Chuck Wendig. Who's Chuck Wendig? I didn't even know who Chuck Wendig was until he freaked out about my T-shirt, my Soilo T-shirt. Um, but yeah, like he said, I'm gonna sue you. And I don't know if he can sue or not. I guess he can. I don't know. Is it like I wouldn't sue if somebody made a T-shirt with my name on it that just said, you know, Ethan Van Sciver blocked me, which is a pretty innocuous thing to say. I don't think I would sue. I'd be like, well, you know, I'm a public figure, and people are gonna trolls are gonna troll. But he threatened to sue, and I just find that like weird. So I wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't make a roundhead Ryan Johnson shirt. If he is litigious, I'm sure he has a lot more money than I do. So he could probably rock my day in court. I'll walk carefully around him. Uh, but Chuck, yeah, like that's set like a real. It set a really bad precedent. Chuck Wendig threatening to sue that T-shirt guy. You know. All right, let me a couple more super chats here. Jesus, thanks for $2. Need the Forces mail in blue. Uh, okay, all right. Yeah, I have the Forces mail design. I haven't officially purchased it from the designer yet. I've been looking at it. What I do is if he makes something and I like it, I'm going to turn it into a shirt. I will send him a little money. I'm just looking at that one and going, is that what I want to say? Is that what I want to do? Like it makes me laugh when I see it, but I don't know if it's the right shirt. I don't know if it is. Also, the flop is female. Another shirt that everybody wants. Do I want to say that? I don't know if I want to say that. These are shirts that I might give over to World Class Bullshitters. World Class Bullshitters went ahead and made the Dong Lover T-shirt. I was like, that's not us either. We don't, even though you know Dong Lover is our thing, we don't want to make a T-shirt of that. He doesn't care. He's making the T-shirt, so maybe I'll let him do it. Shannon McDaniel, thanks for $2. How about some baby tees? Covers up my tramp stamp. Uh, okay. R. Kelly, thanks for $5. Upgraded my Cyberfrog package. Out of curiosity, is Cyberfrog a certain breed of frog? Yeah, I guess he's a tree frog. Originally, he was going to be a bullfrog. But no, I think he's just a tree frog. He's a green tree frog. Um, you know, a common type. I have one. You know, I have a pet tree frog. Paul Bevins, thanks for $5. I'd buy both the Fandom Menace hat and jacket. Just bought the shirt this afternoon. Oh, cool, Paul. Yeah, I think a jacket, like a nice black leather, or even like black denim. I have a black denim jacket from uh, what is that place? Shoot, I can't remember. It's anyway. I have a really nice black denim jacket, and I could picture it with the Fandom Menace stitched on the back. One is not Prime. Thanks for $2. Make a Social Justice Wars tee with a Star Wars logo. Yeah. Yeah, I mean maybe. Maybe. I like Soy Wars. You can't do anything Star Wars. Jeremy did a shirt that said Star Wars the last straw. And he had Star Wars the logo breaking up and I said, "Jeremy, they're going to sue you. You're not going to be able to make that shirt. Everything is Soy Wars. Just call it Soy Wars. You'll get away with it, It's just Soy Wars has got to be our thing. It's just soy." And then you can say whatever you want. You can use the logo in any way that you want cuz it's parody. It's clearly parody. Um Forces Mail t-shirts. Yeah. Uh, Denim jackets are trashy. I don't know. Well, blue ones. I don't know. I like my black one. I do like it. I think it looks good. But I don't know what kind of jacket what kind of jacket would I put the Fandom Menace on? What kind of jacket? Force penetrates. Yeah, I don't know. I like my black denim jacket. Jesus, thanks for $2. Gotta do Soy Wars chapter 11. Chapter 11 might be good. My pet tree frog is upstairs. You can't see him today, but maybe one day I'll show you him. His name is Kermit. He's named after Professor Peterson. A crew jacket or a windbreaker, a zip hoodie. A zip hoodie is a good idea, and those could probably be cheap enough to mass produce. My frog is not dead. He's very healthy. He's fat and healthy up there. We feed him big fat crickets. He does great. Kermit is a lie. Hmm. All right. Play us a song. Is it time to end? Do we play a song on the way out? Whenever I get on the piano, people leave. That is, it's a great thing. It was like, watch. Look, I just said let's get on the piano, and we dropped down to 12.99. We were at 3:45. 46 people. 46 people left. 46 people left. Okay, it's time to play the piano. Wow, 7 more people just left. I think I'm gonna play the piano now. Let's go over to the piano. Let's watch that number drop again. A Caustic Soldier, thanks for $2 Australian. Do you know how? Do you know female frogs are nearly twice as big? Yeah, yeah, they are because they have to. They lay eggs. That's what they do. Uh, Time for the piano. It's not going to drop again. We're at 12.93. Maybe if I actually go over there and play piano, it will drop. Matt Villar, thank you for $2. Hoodies would be great to add your designs to. I agree. Members only jacket, says M Burnett. Thanks for $1.99. Actually, yeah. Crypto Fashion said once it starts getting cooler, they're gonna start making hoodies and long sleeve, all that stuff. Jesus A. Sabalos. I never know how to pronounce your name, Jesus. $2. Thank you. The last piece of George. Andrea goes, "Are you gonna sing that song every day?" I'm like, Mr. Rogers sang "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood" every day. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I sing the same songs every single day. It's what we do. And she's like, "Oh my god." If Mr. Rogers sings "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood" every day, I sing the last piece of George. Uh, all right, all right. We'll go over there. We'll do it. Let's go. And let's see. So we down to 12:59 now, or 12:57. By the way, wearing my Homer slippers. They're not soy. Are Homer Simpson slippers soy or no? It's dropping fast. It's okay. They're fleeing. Yeah, it's a Nord stage 2. Oh my god, the battery is going to die here. Okay, so we got to do this quick. I've only got 20% battery left. You and I thought we'd fly to Rio for dinner. We must have been high, but you and me and another 3 friends of yours crashed. George, Mike, and Emily. Now there's nothing to eat except for the meat that once was your friends who lived up the street. And I saved the last piece of George for you, though I gorged on the other 2. I saved the last of George for you, and I saved the last piece of George for you, though he was vegan so he's tough to chew. But I saved the last of George for you. You were so right the other night when we disagreed if there'd still be room for Dwight. Now we'll make amends when our dinner date ends, but I've gotta say you've got great taste in friends, and I saved the last piece of George for you. He's kosher if you are a Jew, but I saved the last of George for you, and I saved the last piece of George for you, though I gorged on the other 2. I saved the last of George for you. One more song and my throat is dead. And of course we gotta do the one. When you are asleep, that's when I creep and I lick all the butter in your fridge. When you are not awake, I unwrap your Lando Lake and I lick all the butter in your fridge. In your fridge, the butter in your fridge. So have some parquet, it contains my DNA from when I licked all the butter in your fridge. And have a pad of blue bonnet, cause I practically spat upon it when I licked all the butter in your fridge. Yeah, people are like, you only play the piano on this? Well, I mean, it does have a lot of other. It does kind of have a lot of other noises, but yeah, mostly that's what I do. It's just got great piano noises. All right, very good. I can't play this too long because Andre's like, hey, everybody's asleep in the house. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. This was a pretty productive chat. It's a lot of fun. And I think it's one of the rare live chats that is worth watching again because, uh, we got to get the word out about stupid. His movies are not coming out in 2 years. Rian Johnson's movies are not coming out in 2 years. Knock it off. All right, guys. Love you very much. I will see you tomorrow morning. Oh, Jesus, thank you for $20. This is just so you can check out the idea I sent you on Twitter via DMs. Oh, all right. Well, I'll look at that right away. Thank you for that very generous super chat. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.